Hello and welcome to another live stream today. Well, we're doing some more ranking. So if you remember from my last live stream, I ranked Game of Thrones casting by visual accuracy. So I was comparing the books and the show. How much did the actors look like their book counterparts? People had lots of fun. It turned into like a 3-hour stream somehow. Some people were annoyed, I can't lie. There were the odd person in the comments being like, why are you ranking it based on visuals? That doesn't make that. You have to take other things into account, like acting. I was like, yes, I know, but that's the whole premise of the live stream. Yes, that's what the live stream is. And other people were like, oh, that's not how you cast things. You don't just do it based on. I was like, yeah, I know, it's a live stream. I'm a dumb YouTube channel doing a live stream. What do you want from me? People were getting so mad. It was so weird. Anyway, so yep, we're doing part 2 because I saw a comment that said, hey, Haven, why don't you do this live stream again? Why don't you do this ranking again? But instead of visual accuracy, do it based on acting. Rank the actors based on... I guess we can mix it up a bit. So it's like based on their acting ability and maybe their vibe. As in like how much they encompass the character of the books. Just to tie in with the books a little bit. But it's mostly about, okay, I've judged them based on how they look like compared to the books. Now, how do they act? How well do they perform, you know? How much charisma have they got? Screen presence? How much do they embody? I guess it's not really about embodying the character compared to how they are in the books. It's about how much do they embody the character that's written for them in the show. That makes more sense if we're going purely by acting. Anyway, Bitter Steel can't stay super long. I'm not gonna lie, this won't be long. I was just bored, I want to do a live stream. This won't be long at all. Because last time I was fully debating with the chat, but this time I'm just kind of... Most of them are just going to be high because the acting is great. The casting was by Nina Gold, who also did the casting for Andor, and she clearly has an eye for British talent, because goddamn. Right, okay, let's begin. I'll have some water first because I'm melting over here in the UK. Okay, cool. So, first off, yeah, I know I'm saying it won't be long, and I say that every single live stream, and it ends up being 3 hours. I'm being serious, this won't take long. Oh, the order of the characters as on this website, completely random, I didn't put them in this order. Okay, starting off with Ali Thorne. I'll put them all in bruh before I move them. So, Alyssa Thorne, played by Owen Teale. I think the actor's called Owen Teale. I do have a guy in a chair this time round. I've got a cheeky guy in a chair who's actually... yeah, I got it right. Owen Teale, perfect. Owen Teale. Ooh. A sharp, nasty northerner. Honestly, in terms of how good it... Yeah, you know what? I keep... I keep throwing around. I keep changing the rules as we go on. I think I am also going to include how much they embody the book character, just to spice it up. So embodying book Alyssa, and in terms of acting and, you know, yeah, perfect. There's not much to say. This live stream is going to be 5 minutes. Everyone's going to go in perfect because they're all great. Yes, perfect. Alyssa Thorne, awesome. Some people are saying great. Alyssa Thorne isn't northern. No, he's pioneer. Did you not watch my accent video? He's doing a northern accent, but he's from the south because House Thorne is from the Crown Lands, but the actor's doing a northern accent. Come on, pioneer. You're a patron. You should have seen my accent video. Did you learn nothing, good sir? Okay, wait. Let me break down what the rankings are because I feel like I'm gonna go too. I'm gonna blow my load early here. Okay, so perfect is like, god damn, this is incredible. Let's go. Greatest acting, full of charisma. Yeah, I think, okay, let's not go overboard with, otherwise everyone being perfect. Great is just like, perfect is like a step above. Great is great acting, perfectly embodies the character. Good is like, yeah, they're fine in the role, I guess. You could have cast someone who did a better job, but they were fine. Good could be that like they start off maybe not great and they get better, or they start off good and get worse, kind of like a midpoint. A meh is just, it's whatever. Didn't stand out. Don't think about it much. Whatever. And bruh is like bad acting. Bruh is like, but bruh is like, how did you get cast here? I don't think anyone belongs in bruh. With the exception of that one kid, I don't think he'll be in this list, but that one kid in season 1, you know, the stable boy who Arya stabs, where he's like, come here, and she stabs him and he goes, ugh, and he fake dies. that kid's probably in bruh tier, but... Oh, hello. Thank you for the super chat from Bandwagon, who doesn't say anything, but thanks anyway. Put what you want to say in the chat, I guess, Bandwagon. Oh, and that did remind me. Super chats. If you want to send in super chats, go ahead. I'll read them out, of course, when they pop up. And if you want to send in donations via the Streamlabs donation in the description, send those in as well. I get 100% of those. YouTube doesn't cheekily take a cut, so that's appreciated too. All right. Anguy the Archer. I mean, wait, but... Was Anguy even in my preview? Is this the same tier list site? Or it's the same site? Is it the same template? I don't remember ranking Anguy the Archer last time in terms of looks. Yeah, no, I didn't. This must be has this got more characters in it? I don't know. Anyway, Anguy the Archer. Oh, yeah. Anguy's fine, right? Anguy was fine. I think he was just... I don't remember much about him. He doesn't stand out to me. He's in a Brotherhood without banners. Yeah. He's good. He was good. He was fine. Yeah, he's good. Wasn't in it much. Right. Archmaester Ebros. I mean, Jim Broadbent. Classic. Oh, and seeing as I'm shouting out the actors, yes, I was Anguy played by Philip McGinley. Thank you, guy in the chat. Jim Broadbent. He's a classic British actor. He's the one British actor that you see in everything and you don't remember his name. You're like, oh, is that guy? It's the yeah, Hot Fuzz Man. He's good as Archmaester Ebro. In fact, you know, no, he does bring a bit of that kind of. He brings that kind of serious, you know, English thespian actor vibe. A lot of the older characters bring a bit of, you know, stage presence. I'm gonna put him in great. I think he does stand out. He does bring some gravitas to the role. He's not seen in the books, but he in terms of being like a maester, yeah, maester vibes. Next we have Ario Hotar, played by Diobia Opere, or Opere. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but that's a badass name. Holy shit, Diobia Opere. God damn, that sounds like one of Aegon's mistresses. Yes, Ario Hotar. Ooh, this is an interesting one. So, wait, was Ario in my ranking last stream? Did I choose a shit list last time? I don't remember ranking Ario. Yeah. I feel like I cucked myself. I feel like the last live stream, I didn't have as many of like the side characters, because I'm seeing people like fucking Dagmar and Ario. I didn't rank Dagmar and Ario in the last stream. Oh, that's really annoying. Damn. Because Dagmar Cleftjaw literally has a cleft jaw and he doesn't in the show, so I don't remember talking about that. Anyway, Ario Hotar, yes, he's I remember him being big burly presence. He doesn't say much, but he's got this very deep voice. In contrast with the actor, who has a very high-pitched effeminate voice. It's quite funny. But yes, Ario, there's one line I specifically remember where he puts the axe to Jaime's throat and he's like, if you had been whole, it would have been a good fight. I was like, ooh, chills. Alright, maybe not chills, but it was still kind of hype. Yeah, no, Ario wasn't in it much, but for what he did, great. He does stand out to me. I do remember his scene. I do remember him just being a badass captain of the guard. Do I have any hopes for George's con appearance? I think I've checked the pill box and there's one white pill left and I'm saving it for Comic-Con, and if he doesn't announce it at Comic-Con, it is officially George over. Like, officially. We can stop pretending. Yeah, nah. People were saying this is an alphabetical order. Yes, it is. And I think it's an alphabetical order, and I think it is more in depth than the last one. Oh, that you don't understand how much I can be a bit of a perfectionist sometimes. You know how much it annoys me that I didn't have a bunch of weird like tertiary characters in my last live stream when I was doing like Doria. Doria wasn't in my last stream. I could have talked about how she looks nothing like Doria because Doria's blonde. Oh, that's so annoying. Anyway, right. Next up is obviously Arya, played by Maisie Williams. All right, I think this is probably our first. This is our first. Oh, whoops! This is our first perfect. I think, like, taking into account how incredible she was, like season 1 onwards. Like as a child, season 1, she's really good. She's really good. She's really likable. And as the show goes on, the acting gets better and better, and she just captures. She definitely captures the traumatized girl who becomes hardened and then becomes quite boring at the end, but that was in the script. It's not really her fault, sorry. I said her face because someone in the comments said 7 out of 10, not enough horse face. Hey, listen, this isn't that stream. This isn't visuals, this is acting. Perfect. I think she's a great actress. The only dodgy line I can think of is maybe when she says 7 hells in season 1, when she goes 7 hells. But that's just good. It's a bit awkward, but it's just kind of charming. Right, next up we have Balon Greyjoy, played by what's his name? Patrick Malahide? Person in the chair, help me out. I feel like it's Patrick Malahide. So close. Malahide, that sounds like a Westerosi house name. House Malahide. You kidding me? That's a Westerland's house. I don't know why. Their sigil's like a spiked gauntlet. Or something. Anyway, yes, Balon. Another sort of like quite theatery actor. You know, the way he performs. If we're throwing book vibes in, I don't think he quite captured Balon enough. I think, ironically, Balon being a bit more of a kind of, you know, hard, simple, well, pardon the pun, salt of the earth kind of character. Doesn't care about finery, doesn't care about, you know, he's very, very blunt and strict and severe and so on. I feel like Balon's actor overcooks it slightly. Like, he does make the character, he does play Balon as this, like, you know, nasty prick. But I think something about the more thespian nature of his delivery is the kind of posh accent. It almost doesn't quite fit Balon. I don't know. It doesn't. It's a bit too much. So it's a really good performance, but I can't put it in perfect. I'm gonna put it in great because it is really good, but I can't put it in perfect because it's a bit too posh, I think. Next up, Barry S, the one and only Barristan Selmy. Barry, great acting. This is going to be a fun live stream. This is just going to be saying great acting over and over. I'm trying to think of negatives. Any line he said that didn't work? Any moment that didn't feel real? No, he's great in all of it. He's great. He captures the vibe perfectly. Melt it down and add it to the others. And when he marches away, he's like swinging his arm a little bit, looking a bit sassy. One thumb through his belt buckle, like, you know, he's still got that kind of posh noble strut, and he had a really great voice. Man, I think he might be perfect in terms of, yeah, acting wise, perfect. I can't think of anything. Yeah, I couldn't have asked for anything more. Someone in the chat, is this based on vibes or book accuracy? So part 1 was based on book accuracy in terms of physicality. Part 2 is how good they are at acting mixed with how much they capture the vibe of their character. Which is... the second part of that is a bit more wishy-washy and subjective. Well, it's all subjective. But, right, so next up, Benjen. He's not in it much, but he did a pretty good job. Benji did a pretty good job in season 1, and then he comes back and he's pretty cool. Yeah, he's. I don't remember him necessarily standing out in a way that was like, oh, but I think he did. He captured Benjen well. I'm gonna put him in great. Might have to raise your standards for great tier. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Maybe I'm overdoing it because. No, I'll keep it as is. So Beric Dondarrion, right? Yeah, he's great. He's a very good actor. Again, clearly theatre actor. Very powerful performance, and he's got the gravelly voice. He doesn't quite. I will say this: he doesn't quite capture the haunted. Beric being a kind of a haunted, undead shadow of a man. Like, he's charming and he's likable and he's serious, but he didn't quite have that sort of like human scarecrow vibe from the books. Like, he wasn't quite. He's a very good actor, but if we're throwing vibes into the mix, I don't think he quite. The question is he good or great? Is he good or great? Oh, season 1 Beric. Yeah, how could I forget season 1 Beric? Oh yeah, Benjen Stark, by the way, was played by Joseph Moule, and Beric was played by Richard Dormer, no relation to Natalie, aka my future ex-wife. Oh, and Beric in season 1 apparently played by David Michael Scott, who very dramatically walks in to the Red Keep and like nods the nod that was promised. He's like, send a party to apprehend the mountain, and Beric like aggressively nods. He's like, let's go. Is he good or great? Because he is a good actor. Like, I'm gonna go great. Yeah. Next up, Bran. Okay, so there are 2 stages of Bran. No, I'd say there are 3 stages of Bran. Stage 1 is Bran as a kid, which is perfect. A really, really good child actor. The child acting in the show is like bizarrely good. Like, none of the, like, what the hell? Bran was awesome as a kid. Then we have stage 2 is like sort of teenage Bran, but before he becomes Dr. Bran Hatton. Teenage Bran, he's fine. Did a bit awkward. And then when he becomes Dr. Bran Hatton, I mean, you can't really blame the actor for Bran turning into a bit of a emotionless statue. You know, and he did a good job with what he was given. What the role called for in season 7 and 8 was, you are an emotionless robot because you have downloaded the Weirwood net. So obviously he had to be that character, and he did a good job as that character. So I'm gonna put him in perfect. He was great as a kid, and then great as Dr. Bran Hatton, the emotionless charisma vacuum, because that's what he needed to be. So there we go. Isaac Hempstead Wright. Thank you, guy in the chair. I remembered that though. I did remember that one. So anyone joining late, quick reminder: this is part 2. The part 1 live stream from a few days ago was about visual accuracy. This is about acting, because I am, of course, the objective source on what is good acting and what isn't good acting, because I have some subscribers on YouTube. Next up, we have Gwendolyn Christie as Brienne of Tarth, and we also have Daniel Green in the chat. That's the last thing I expected. Hi, Daniel. Don't get me wrong. Daniel says, don't get me wrong, I love this cast, but it will never stop annoying me that Hollywood has to make everyone hot, even if they're specifically said not to be in the book they're from. Yeah, that's something I noticed when I first watched Game of Thrones, having read the books, was lots of very attractive people, considering how many borderline creatures exist in the books. I mean, you know, it feels like Brienne and Tyrion are probably the obvious ones. I mean, they just gave... We could have got noseless, ugly creature Tyrion, and we got Tyrion with a cute scar. He just had a cute little scar on his head, if anything, and made him more handsome, if you ask me. But yeah, everyone go subscribe to Daniel Green if you haven't already. You probably have, because he's got like 500,000 subs, but there we go. Oh, and Channel Vice and Fire is also in the chat. He's been following in my stead, making some fun animated videos, and I cameoed in his latest one, so check out his stuff. He's got some good stuff about the history of Valyria and Aegon's conquest and so on. Oh, wait, hold on. Yes, Gwendolyn Christie as Brienne. Gwendolyn Christie is a fantastic actress. My ex saw her in the theatre, apparently, at a performance of Shakespeare. What was it? Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream. That's it. And apparently she was fantastic in that. She was in the latest season of Severance. She was pretty cool there. Yeah, she's a great actress. And does a very good job embodying the show version of Brienne, which is a more mature version of the books. Because people forget this. In the books, Brienne is like 19. So she's a lot more, I suppose. I don't use the phrase immature, more naive. She's a lot more naive than she's in the show. Although Gwendolyn Christie does a good job of bringing a wide-eyed innocence and naivete to the role, and definitely a kind of an awkwardness and a sense of being very uncomfortable in her own skin and painfully aware of her size and shape, which the actress doesn't have at all in interviews and stuff. But Brienne carries herself in that very self-conscious way. Of course, we can't talk about Brienne without mentioning the incredible scream that she does every time she's fighting with swords. Just yeah. That should automatically put her up to perfect. And you do the emotional moments. The emotional moments are good too. I'm rambling a bit because I'm trying to think of negatives. Like where the like the default setting is that they're all great actors because it's a ridiculously talented cast. So the moment I bring them up, I'm desperately trying to think of like, was there a moment I didn't like where they didn't quite nail a scene, or there's a line they didn't get, or there's something wasn't believable? No, I think she's gonna go in. Ooh, perfect or great. Again, I definitely didn't like. I never liked when, because she doesn't kill any in the book. She doesn't kill anyone until A Feast for Crows, and then she does. She kills her first men when she fights against how was it? Timian, Pig, and Shagwell, I believe. Yeah, Shagwell the Fool, and that's like a. Excuse me. That's a big moment for her. It's genuinely a big moment for her. But in the show, they have her kill some. Who did she kill? Some Stark soldiers? Like at the end of season 2, or maybe beginning of season 3, and she kind of does it with a weird sadism, almost. Because I think the soldiers are rapists, but it still felt very, very out of character. And I remember just being like, but the performance was good. So like I'm gonna put her in perfect in terms of. Again, my criteria is constantly flip-flopping because in terms of what the character is and does, perfect. I don't know. I don't know what I would change. You know what I mean? Next up, we have Jerome Flynn as Bronn. Up on the roof. For those who don't know, Jerome Flynn had a singing career with was it Rob Green? Under Simon Cowell's label, and I don't know, it's just funny. There are just some songs out there from the 90s, Jerome Flynn. Yeah, anyway, so Jerome was as Bronn. Oh, this got to be perfect. I don't even want to have a big debate about this one. It's just fantastic. He's just insanely likable, charismatic, very believably dangerous, and, you know, again, he's got a dangerous charisma. He's really, really lovable, but he's also kind of a psychopath. And he pulls it off perfectly, right? He manages to be comic relief. He manages to be a fun sidekick, and he manages to be genuinely, like, this is believably a, you know, low-key psychopathic mercenary. Someone's in the chat saying he's got too much personality for Bronn. Compared to Book Bronn, yeah, he's definitely more. He's got more charisma than Book Bronn, but I think it fit the character. It fit the character. Yeah. All right, next up. Right. Next up. What do we have? Oh, yes. Shout out Brother Ray, played by Ian McShane, of course. What's his name from John Wick and various other things? I don't know if you hear the plane going overhead. Let me just wait for that to go. There we go. Ian McShane, Brother Ray, sort of an amalgamation of Septon Meribald and the elder brother from Feast for Crows. Oh, he's just like a classic. He's just a classic actor. He's just perfect here. He's just incredible, incredible actor, and he's really good in the role. He's really likable and charming and magnetic. Yeah. Next up we have, I believe this is Clive Russell. Let me check. Guy in the chair. Clive Russell as Brynden Tully, aka the Blackfish, who, he plays him as a bit of a gruff bastard, mostly, with definitely a bit of sentimentality. Oh, you know what? He's really good, but I don't want to put him in perfect. I think he was really, really good casting, but I think perfect is a bit too much for him. I think I don't know. I feel like his performance could have been a bit more nuanced. I feel like I could have seen a little bit more from his performance. I'm gonna go great. What is this live stream? What is this? What am I doing with my life? Right, what's up, Catelyn? Everyone's booing me because they wanted Blackfish to be perfect. He is great. I guess. Oh, I feel like I'm being bullied now. I guess great has to be, if they're in great and not perfect, it's because they weren't in the show enough to showcase that they were, you know. But as I said, or if they were missing a little something. I feel like the Blackfish. Oh, I don't know. So Michelle Fairley as Catelyn. So for the version of Catelyn that was on the show, really good performance. Lots of standout scenes, like when she's with Bran, when she's talking about Jon, which is the show only scene, when she's obviously the Red Wedding and Ned's death, all this stuff. She can really, you know, doesn't pull the punches with the emotional scenes. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Anything else? Anything to say about Catelyn? I'm feeling great here for Catelyn. I think really, really great performance. But could have been better. Maybe there could have been someone who, yeah, that's just my vibe. There we go. Where are the super chats at, bruh? Where's the stupid, annoying super chats that talk about stuff that insult me or bring up a random theory from 10 years ago? Or, oh, there we go, we got one. Speak of the devil. Thank you for the super chat from Count Balerion of House Tatters. Balerion Tatters. Made it live. You did, you've made it live. And you've made it to a particularly shit live stream. She looks nothing like Bookcat, bro. This is the problem with live streams. I gotta keep explaining what's going on every 5 seconds because new people are coming in all the time. This is acting. This is purely acting and capturing the character, not visuals. Lena Headey as Cersei. See, here's the thing. Lots of scenes, perfect, both sort of early Cersei. And then transitioning into kind of mid-show Cersei, and then late-stage short-hair villain Cersei. But if I'm being honest, I think especially the early seasons, lots of line deliveries that I never particularly enjoyed, if I'm being honest. Like, I felt like she was way too understated, and it didn't match the cast around her. Is what I'm thinking. You know, like she like very, very understated, almost undercooked performance. Sometimes she'd like rush her lines, or she'd say them in a way that wasn't super convincing, or she'd say them like too casually, but then you'd have people like Charles Dance and Peter Dinklage acting a bit more dramatically, and she always felt a bit out of place. I think that was less the case in the later seasons, but I never particularly thought, I was never like, but she does have scenes that are like really, really good. So she can't be imperfect for me. So I think I'm going to go great. In terms of vibes, she captures the vibe of what she's meant to be in the show, including the sympathetic elements. She definitely doesn't capture the book, the more kind of sexual, narcissistic side of Cersei that's in the books. But this is not. This is acting. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I keep changing what the rules are with my own ranking. People are mad about Catelyn being in great. Thank you for the super chat from Pioneer, who says, put Pedro Pascal as Oberyn in double perfect. Where's Pedro? Where's Oberyn? This is my dumbass looking for P for Pedro and not fucking O for Oberyn. Excuse me. There he is, there's Oberyn. Yeah, pretty poor performance from him all round. So next up we have Craster. You'll go out there and eat the snow. Craster. Yeah, Craster was great. He's an old grumpy bastard. I don't know, when he's holding that axe and leaping around going, Ranju, a little bit goofy, not gonna lie. I feel like, see, having said Lena Headey undercooked it, I feel like Craster maybe overcooked it a little bit. I feel like in his performance, I feel like he was a bit too over the top at times, when I think a more kind of quiet menace might have worked. Let's go great. Craster was played by Robert Pugh. A guy in the chair has told me Robert Puh is not in fact the father of Tristane's actor, who himself is the brother of Florence Puh. Yes, so this guy, his name is like Michel Huisman or something like that. Guy in the chair, get it up for me. This is Dario 2. I don't think they've got Dario 1, unfortunately. Dario 1 for me would be like probably good tier, where he's kind of in the middle, where like he had a dangerous energy and charisma and likability, but I think some of the lines came out a bit awkwardly. This guy, I think he's if I'm being honest, incredibly boring. The character's boring, but the actor's also boring. I wasn't impressed with him. It's not bad acting. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna rejig. Let's go good for Craster because I think he overdid it, and let's go perfect for Catelyn because people are fucking bullying me. So there we go. Next up we have Daenerys. Danny T. Right, so Danny T, the one and only. This is an interesting one. Because some people say that some people have criticised her acting back in the day. They said that she kind of overdoes it with the eyebrows. She does a lot of eyebrow acting. They're jumping around like caterpillars on coke. And I can't... if I'm being honest, it's unfair. But you can't help but compare like her when she's angry at Missandei dying, or when she's angry riding Drogon, and you compare that anger with Emma Darcy's face as Rhaenyra after the death of Lucerys, or it really is kind of night and day. And it's like, so first off, she's good. She is very good. She's very likable. I do see. Here's the thing. I think she was better in the earlier seasons. Actually, in the earlier seasons, I think she was better. And then when we reach season like 5, 6, 7, she starts. I think the character is kind of becoming more stoic and a bit more bitchy and so on. But I don't think that suits Emilia Clarke's talents. So she just comes across as a bit boring and wooden in those later seasons. And then when she goes into angry, evil Fire Lady, she hasn't got much to work with. It's not super convincing. I will say the best she is when she's speaking Valyrian. Like, her scenes in Valyrian are like her best performances, to be honest. Yeah, so someone's pointing out in the chat that Emilia was suffering from an aneurysm. Yeah, I can't remember what specific period of Game of Thrones, but yeah, there was she could have lost her life. I don't know what the show would have done after that. Well, presumably they would have recast. But yeah, that would have been crazy. So we have... I kind of want to go... So minimum good. I could push it into great. I'm going to stick with good. I can't wait for people to jump in and see Daenerys in good and then like fucking Areo Hotar in great. This list really doesn't make much sense. Alright, next up we have... And again, I'll continue to be annoyed that my previous live stream didn't have a bigger list of characters with all the side characters because I could have... Anyway, this is Dagmar Cleftjaw, played by... Oh, excuse me. Ralph... Is it Ineson? Michael... Oh, yes. Michael Huisman is the name of the new Dario. Ed Screen was old Dario. Oh, Guy in the Chair is now leaving me to provide help for superheroes across the world. Thank you for your help, Guy in the Chair. Oh, he's left me with some extras. Okay, that's cool. I'm going to have to rely on the chat to help me. Yes, Ralph Ineson. Famous actor in the UK. Not super famous, but he has a very distinctive, super deep, raspy Yorkshire voice. He's in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. He's Charles Vane, right? Down among the dead men, let him lie. Hell yeah. Oh, and yeah, and he's Finchy in The Office. He's Finchy in The Office. In the UK office, he's David Brent's just like arsehole friend that no one likes, but everyone's kind of scared of, so they pretend to like him. A bit of a bully. So he's not in it much, but he is just a great actor. He must pay the iron price. Yeah, I'm gonna put great. He's a great actor. I just like the actor. Next up we have Liam Cunningham as Davos Seaworth, aka the only Geordie in Westeros for some reason. The only Geordie in Westeros, like, why, amen? Lots of people in the comments were saying, in my accent video, they said, this is a great video, but why didn't you give extracts of all the characters talking so that we could actually have some context? And my editor even emailed me during the making of the video saying, should I throw in a line from every character? And that would have been awesome, but there's no guarantee that HBO wouldn't have basically taken the video down if it had every single character saying one line. I don't know. Why is Oberyn in bruh? Oberyn's in bruh because I'm fed up of Pedro Pascal being cast in literally everything under the sun. He's pissing me off. Him as Mr. Fantastic makes no sense. Just, Right, yes, Liam Cunningham. Awesome. He showcases compassion, humility, wit, bravery, just so much on his face. When he learns about Shireen's face, the little like sad badger thing he does, he's going in perfect. Great stuff. I have an editor. I do have an editor as of now. He made the accent video. And that's all he's made because now he's on holiday. So he made a video for me and immediately is like, I'm on holiday for a month. I was like, fuck, okay. But I'll be using his help for some animated, non-animated videos just so that I can pump out more content more frequently. I'd like weekly content because it's been very because you scroll through my channel. I've been going for 2 years. I don't actually have that much content going on. Like there's not loads happening. I haven't even got 100 videos yet. I haven't hit that 100 video mark, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I need to post more. Right. This is Tom. I believe this is Tom Hooper or Hopper. I think Tom Hopper. Billy Bones and Black Sails or whatever. Yes, Dickon. Shout out Dickon. Yeah, he's good. He's not in it enough, but when he is, he's just kind of a nice, charming guy. He's chill. Yeah, he's good. He's not in it much. Okay. Oh, I actually don't like this performance. I don't like this. This is Sodontos Hollard, the Fool. I think the complete miscast here. He did not pull off the pathetic drunk at all. Like, his drunk acting was terrible. I actively remember watching this being like, he's coming across as clumsy and goofy, not as drunk. And he didn't capture the sadness of the character either. Yeah, no. I'm gonna go meh for him. I won't go bruh because it's not bad acting. It's not bad acting. Bruh is for bad acting, like Pedro Pascal, who's a terrible actor. Next up we have Pedro's brother, Duran Pascal, also known as Duran Martel, played by, what's his name? Alexander Siddig, the one and only. Oh, Dontos was played by Tony Way, by the way. I'm making sure I've got all the names. Yes. Alexander Siddig did have much to work with. Did a pretty good job. Pretty good job. I like him as Duran a lot. It's just a shame he barely did anything. He had fucking drip. This isn't relevant to the acting, but like, god damn, he had drip. Yeah, he was really good in the role. He did the accent well. The accent wasn't cringe. It sounded badass coming from him. He could pull off the sort of a venomous streak, not venomous, but a kind of an angry streak. And he also showed compassion. And he had he was a little bit weak, but also kind of fierce. He managed to. I don't know. It's hard to talk about them without just thinking. Oh, imagine if he was the book version. Think of the kind of performance we could have got from the book version. Oh. But that's not what we're ranking here. We're not. It's just. I'm gonna go great because I just don't think. Or should I go perfect? I might go perfect because I have Brother Ray in perfect, and he's only in one episode. He just smashed it out of the park. I think Duran smashes it out of the park. I think Alexander Siddig's a great Duran. I'm trying to. Yeah, I can't think of it. I'm trying to think of something negative for him. I can't. Thank you for the super chat from Pioneer10, who says Oberyn is the only character who I would rather watch on the show than read in the books because of Pedro Pascal. Also, nothing to do with this, but Michael Madsen has passed, and I am sad. Yeah, Michael Madsen's passed. Rest in peace. Tarantino alumni, and also in the Mob of the Dead DLC for Black Ops, if anyone remembers that. Black Ops 2, sorry. Yeah, Oberyn in the show is so much better than Oberyn in the books. Book Oberyn sucks, actually. I'd heard about someone called the Viper before I read the books, and I'd heard that there was something called the Mountain and the Viper, and I was like, what the fuck? And I got to the Viper, and I was like, oh, Oberyn, oh, this is the Pedro Pascal character. Let's go. And I read him, and I was just so disappointed in the book character. I had this perception. I was like, ugh. And then you watch the show and you're like, this man is ridiculously charismatic. But he's still going in Brett here because in the show, the writing's great, but Pedro can't act for anything. Oh yes, he was. Oh, Michael Madsen was Dowd in Dishonored. I had no idea. Man, Dishonored's so good. Oh, Dishonored's so good. Next up we have this baddie. This is Doria. Who plays Doria? My guy in the chair has vanished. Oh wait, no, hold on. No. Good. Roxanne McKee. Perfect. So this is one of Dany's handmaids. She's Lyseni in the books, and so she's kind of got Lyseni features, I think. In this, she's... it's weird, because she has an English accent, and she's not Dothraki, but they cast someone who kind of looks Dothraki, so it's a bit kind of... Why is everyone so upset in the chat, fellas? What's going on? If I dramatically start losing viewers, I'm going to have to stop trolling and put Pedro where he belongs, but for now he's going to stay in bruh. Next up we have... Oh yeah, sorry, Doria. Yeah, she was good. She was good. Yeah. I don't think she blew me away, but she was good. Pretty hot. That's not where we're ranking, but I thought I'd say that. Good tier. I haven't done a smash or pass. I did one with my girlfriend, but I wasn't the one giving the answers. And I also used a Canva presentation instead of a template because I wanted to throw trolls in. It's kind of funny that one of my best performing videos is like a collab with my ex. It's just kind of awkward. It was like I could take it down, but also it gets a lot of views. So it's like the corporate side wins out over the the emotional side. Guna ranking, yeah. They'd have a Guna tier list. Anyway, next up we have Ned Stark, played by Sean Bean, the one and only. Sean Bean. Yeah, perfect tier, perfect. He entranced a generation with his performance, and then he died and everyone's upset. You don't have... Obviously the character's great, but you don't have that much of an emotional reaction to the main character dying without a performance like Sean Bean's, so... There we go. Next up we have Ed Crumpet as Dolorous Ed. Yeah, good performance as Dolorous. He definitely pins down the whole dry, sarcastic side. Ed in the books is not particularly... Ed in the show is not written in a very interesting way. Like, he's got some, like, bangers in the books, and in the show he's just kind of, like, fart noises. He basically goes from being, like, British humour to American humour from the books to the screen. Yeah, no, the whole dry, sarcastic vibe, he pulls off well. He's good. He's good. Maybe even great. I might put him in great, honestly. Next up, Ed Mule. This is going to take a while. I said this won't take long. I might go a bit faster. Ed Mule. So he doesn't really capture the essence of book Ed Mule, but we're not going by that, are we? We're going by show. And he just kind of plays Ed Mule as a bit of a dick, to be honest. And he does a good job as that. And the actor is good. It's not a bad performance, but it's not... I think I'm going to put him in good. He's just solidly good. Another baddie alert. We've got Ilaria Sand, my bad. Played by... Oh yes, and Ed Mule was played by Tobias Menzies, by the way. And now my guy in the chair's vanished, and I need people in the chat to be my guys and gals in the chair. Who plays Ilaria Sand? What's her name? Actress, blah. Anyway, yes, Ilaria Sand. Oh, really good performance. Indira, that's it. Her name's Indira something. Really, really good performance. She pulls off the accent really well. The scream when Oberyn dies is like infamous. Like, it's incredible. And while the character goes in an annoying direction, she pulls off that direction well. She's great. Indira Varma, that's it. Is she perfect? Acting, again, not character, but acting. I think I'm going to put her in perfect. Even her face when she's being bound and Tywin's given the kiss of death by Cersei. And so she's just going to shout out to Ilaria Sand. Like, her last days, she was just chained up in a dungeon with her, like, daughter rotting away in front of her. And then suddenly, at some point, Dany attacks and the Red Keep collapses on her head. What a way to go. Can I please actually rank Pedro? Okay, yeah, I'll be real. So, Pedro Pascal's performance. Obviously, it's not bruh. He's got some base level charisma. But there's not much to it, so I'm going to put it in meh. Next up, we have Euron Greyjoy, played by Pilo Ashbeck, or however you pronounce it. Okay, here's an interesting one. This is a weird one. How much of it is How much is of the weirdness of show you're on is purely the script, and how much of it is the actor? From all accounts, people have said, because he's Danish, people have said he's in Danish stuff and he's amazing. People say he's amazing in Danish stuff, and he's bad in season 6. Like, his performance is bad. His performance is bruh, where he like awkwardly walks onto the king's moot and he's like, I'm gonna take my big cock to Daenerys, and he's doing a terrible English accent, just as much as we do. Oh, it's cringe. It's very cringe. But then season 7 and 8 they change him up and he becomes an edgy Captain Crack Sparrow. Finger in the bum made me laugh, I can't lie. Finger and bum, one of the best line reads of all time, and I'm saying that unironically. I'm gonna go with, he's a mixed bag then, because in terms of playing what the character is in those last 2 seasons, he did a really good job, but he does a really bad job in season 6, which I think led them to basically retconning what their character's essence was. It took me a while to get that sentence out, didn't it? So I'm a bit torn. No, I'm not putting him in bruh. He's not bruh. You're on the character as bruh. Pilo Ashbeck, his performance is fun. In seasons 7 and 8, it's a fun performance. It's terrible in 6. It's fun in 6 and 8. I'm gonna put him midway. I'm gonna put him in good. Woefully miscast, but I'm gonna put him in mid. Thank you for the super chat from Otto WW. He says, they have Euron, but not his great brother Aeron. You're right. This has every side. This has Gren, for goodness sake, and it doesn't have Aeron Greyjoy, the drowned priest, who apparently is meant to be Aeron, even though in the show no one calls him Aeron. No one acknowledges that he's a Greyjoy, but apparently he technically is because of the HBO website or something. Yeah, honestly, Euron might be meh if it weren't for Finger in the Bum. That puts him in good. I can't lie, that puts him in good. Right, next up we have Gilly, played by Hannah something. Let me know in the chat. Hannah something. Yeah, she's fine. She's just kind of playing a dim, inbred wildling woman. Her performance is a bit, I mean, I don't know, she's playing the character well. There's not much. It's not much of a performance, if I'm being honest. I might go meh. Oh, you're right. I did rate, Hannah Murray, thank you. I didn't rate Gendry. Thank you so much. My apologies. Gendry, played by Joe Dempsey, I believe. Yeah, good performance. Not perfect. Good or great? I really like. I will say, I don't know. I feel like I don't think he stood out enough for it to be like, it's not a great performance, but it was very good. Very good. There is one moment in season 2 which is quite awkward because the show's so well directed and so well acted that you can like count the awkwardly acted scenes on your fingers. That's how few of them there are. I do remember in season 2 when Gendry finds out that Arya is Arya and is like, calls her my lady, and then Arya pushes him, and then he kind of teases her again, and she pushes him again, and he falls over. I remember that being awkwardly acted. But yeah, he's in good. He's good. People still mad about Oberyn? All right, well, okay. I guess you could say Pedro Pascal certainly has charisma, right? That doesn't mean he's a good actor. His acting's quite weak, but he does have an aura on the screen, so I will put him up to good, I think. Next up, we have Grand Maester Pycelle, played by the one, the only Julian Glover. That's the one. Julian Glover. Big Jew don't play. Why did I call him Big Jew? I was trying to find a nickname for Julian. I don't know why I came up with Jew. Jules. There we go. Big Jules don't play. There we are. What am I talking about? Yes, he's a classic thespian fucking actor. No, the joke isn't funny, bro. Don't watch the live stream then, bro. Julian Glover, great thespian theatre actor. He's in Indiana Jones. Right? Yeah, he's in Last Crusade. He's in Empire Strikes Back. He's an Imperial officer, isn't he? And he does a great job playing the both as like the doddering old man, but there's clearly more going on behind the surface, and he's faking it, and yeah, the character definitely stays around for a bit too long, I think. But in terms of the acting, I might put him in perfect. I can't think of anything better. He perfectly played a doddering old man who's like, or a schemer. Bitter old schemer playing the role of a doddering old man. I'm going to put him in perfect. You can't tell me this man isn't perfect. That scene where he like shits himself at the small council scene because the mountain comes in and he looks up and he just shits himself. Have I watched the deleted scene with Tywin? Yes, incredible. Where he like stands up straight and he's like, "You've caught me out, my lord," and his performance shifts. It's just great job. Oh, now we get into the mountain. Discussion. There were 3 mountains. The first one was good. The second mountain, I never liked his voice, but apparently he was dubbed. Someone in the comments said it was dubbed. So I can't really blame the actor. But anyway, let's focus on this guy. Yeah, he does a angry face, and he's big and burly, and the character really only exists to look angry and have a kind of intimidating screen presence, and he does have an intimidating screen presence because he's large, and yeah, there's not much to say. In terms of actual acting, the most we see is, well, we see him just angrily killing Oberyn, and he does a good job with that. I smashed her head. I didn't like this. He's an angry face. And then when the mountain takes his helmet off and he's just a fucking zombie, like he's just got that. He's good. Let's put him in good. He's just a good boy. Just a good boy. Next up, we have Gren. I'm always paranoid when I do live streams about people clipping shit out of context. The idea of someone just clipping me saying good boy, some weirdo's gonna do that. Save it into his phone. Someone slid into my Twitter DMs the other day. Some dude. Some guy just came in being like, "Your voice is hot and you have aura." And I was like, "I'm straight, but I'm flattered. Thanks." Thank you, sir. Thanks, I guess. The life of a YouTuber, huh? Gren, played by... interestingly enough, the actor's name is also Gren. Like, what are the odds of that? So Gren is, really good. He's both as a sort of... It's season 1 where he's kind of like an angsty, brutish teenager, mad about being sent to the Night's Watch, mad about Jon, and then kind of developing into a bearded badass and a loyal ally, and, his final speech, "For this night and all the nights to come." He's not in it much, but I think he does stand out as like, Gren's a G. So I'm going to put him in great, actually. I was tempted to go good. I might put him in great. We have Grey Worm. If you watch Hafthor's Soda Stream commercials, it's consistent with what we hear on Game of Thrones. Someone in the comments told me that in my accent video they said that Hafthor, however you pronounce that, is dubbed, and I was like, well, that completely ruins my take. But now you're saying he wasn't dubbed. I didn't think he was dubbed. He says stuff with a weird accent where he says, "Who am I fighting?" Yes, Mark Stanley is the name of this guy. Thank you for shouting him out. That's Gren's name. Next up, Grey Worm. There's not much to do with Grey Worm as a character, but he's good. I remember him being quite likable. His basically just has to be stoic. He's just He's just a stoic boy. Excuse me for a sec. And of course, the emotion does come through. Missandei's death, Barristan's death, when he gets tricked at Castle Rock. Where are the rest of the Lannisters? He's good. Yeah, he's good. I'm just gonna put him in good. He's a good actor. Good actor. Next up we have, he's mentally tortured, not stoic. Yeah, when I say stoic, I mean he's a traumatized slave soldier who's keeping his emotions suppressed. Okay, yeah, this guy, can't remember his name, Hizdar Zolorak. Yeah, he was fine. He was good. It wasn't... Yeah, fine. Him having an English accent was fucking weird, but this isn't an accent stream. Oh boy, hold on, let's zoom out a tad. Next up we have Hodor. Right, Hodor... It doesn't do much. I mean, I'll say this. So obviously he's iconic. He says Hodor in a great way. And when he does have to show emotion, you know, when he's, you know, having some... where he's stressed out about things, or the whole hold the door moment, he does great. He's very lovable. But I will say, in Season 1, he does a better job of pulling off the sort of gentle giant, kind of mindless gentle giant. And then in Season 2 onwards, he's just sort of... like, specifically bearded Hodor, he just kind of... he's just kind of... I don't know. I don't think he's quite selling it as much. Like, he really had the kind of gormless, empty eyes in Season 1. And then beyond that, he's just sort of... just kind of chilling. Just kind of being Hodor. There are a few Hodors that aren't great. There are a few Hodors that are... there are some that are good and some that are just kind of like... eh. I don't know. He's not perfect for me. I think you could have got a better Hodor. But... I'm going to put him in good. Solid good for Christopher, right? The actor's Christopher something. Let me know. Next up we have Hot Pie. I don't remember the actor's name, but the actor did in fact set up his own bakery, right? Something like that. Christian Nairn, that's the one, not Christopher. Christian Nairn, Irish lad. Yeah, Hot Pie, pretty good, because again, child actor, really good job, both as a kind of bully early on and then just being a terrified kid. When he returns in Season 7, that was pretty cute. He's really good. Hot Pie's really good. I'm going to put him in great. I'm going to put Hot Pie in great. Let's go. Illyrio Mopatis, my favorite character. God damn, what they could have... not fat enough. Not fat enough. Was it Illyrio in my last ranking? Because I don't have a memory of... otherwise I would have talked about how he wasn't fat enough, how he needed a blonde beard. Oh, anyway. Yeah, Illyrio, he's barely in it and he's fine. It's a fine performance. The actor's good. It's not a very interesting one. It definitely doesn't capture the book Illyrio, which is a lot more kind of... I don't know, a bit more slimy, a bit more sort of grandiloquent. He's just a guy, really. He's just kind of... the performance is just kind of... it's just like a guy. There's not much to it, but it's not... I don't want to put meh, because it's not... I guess good. I might put meh, actually. He doesn't really do much. He doesn't do much with the role, and it's not his fault, because he's got nothing to do, but I just... he's not fat. What do you mean? Not fat enough is a crazy line. He's not fat. Illyrio's a chungus. In the pilot, he was played by Ian McNeice, who is a thick boy. Instead, they got this guy, this Roger. His name's Roger. The actor's name's Roger. Let's go with that. Next up, we have Ilan Payne. Wait a minute. Hold on, I haven't done the bit in a while. Oh, I guess Pedro's even better than I thought. He's in great here now. I'm already bored of the bit. Next up, what's his name? He's in a band. Plays Ilan Payne. He's fine. Yeah, he didn't quite capture Ilan for me. He just kind of had like a glaring, staring face, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I wanted something more kind of sickly and haunted, and sort of intense. I remember when I saw him, it was just like, oh, this is a guy who's just like mouth is shut and he's angrily staring, and it wasn't even meh. I'm putting him in meh. It wasn't a bad performance. It's just Wilco Johnson. That's the one. All right, shall we just put Pedro Pascal in perfect where he always belong? I'm genuinely too hot and too tired to do this bullshit. Pedro Pascal, obviously, insanely charismatic. The accent is brilliant. The performance is brilliant. One of the best characters in the history of Game of Thrones, and he is only in 8 episodes. He might not even be in 8. He might be in like 7 episodes. Right, next up we have... what's this actor's name? Oh, no, Richard Grant is the actor. Who's the actor that he plays in the show? He plays... Oh, they've all got names like fucking Camillo and Bobono. And Camillo, is it Camillo? Is that Camillo? Or something? Yeah, so on stage he plays Ned Stark, and as Ned he kind of puts on a... No, sorry. On stage he plays Robert, and he puts on a Mark Addy's northern accent, and he's very over the top. And then behind the scenes he's playing a very sensitive, effeminate lovey, a theatre actor, trained, darling, trained. Isambaro, that's the one. I think he's really good, so he's gonna go in. He's gonna go in great. He's really, really good. Next up, we have Jaime Lannister, Nikolai Coster-Waldau. Yeah, Nikolai, he is good. He's very good as Jaime. Both as the cocky Prince Charming early on. His emotional scene, like the bathhouse scene, is obviously brilliant. The way, the character go through an arc and he really kind of sells it on his face. He really goes from... He keeps his Lannister confidence, but he definitely goes from being a cocky, arrogant bastard to being likable. Like, his performance opens up and lets the watcher in. Like, he gives the viewer permission to like him. Obviously, a lot of it is the writing, but also a lot of it is the performance. I would say his accent's not perfect, just throwing out there. His English accent it's very good, but there's a sense of... Some of his senses are the sense of, like, it's not quite natural. It's not quite... So I can't put him in perfect, because there's a bit of a barrier in his performance, and I think that comes when people are doing a performance in a language that is secondary. So I'm going to put him in great. He is great. Jano Slint. A little bit of a Scouser, a bit of a Scouse accent coming through. Jano Slint, yeah, he's just a slimy boy, kind of pathetic. I will not have it. Do you hear me, boy? I will not have it. That's my incredible impression of Jano Slint, apparently. Jano Slint. Oh, who played him? Someone give me his name. Yeah, he was really good. Really good in a role. Not perfect. But pretty great. Pretty great. He nailed it. Jaqen. Ooh, I think Jaqen's going straight into perfect. Like, when I saw him on... This was one of those, like, leaping from page to screen when I first watched Game of Thrones, having read the books. Just, seeing this, like, charming, good-looking guy. That's a very unflattering picture, by the way. Check out that double chin. But just this, like, good-looking guy with the red hair and the white hair. And he had... His accent was exactly how I imagined it. Exactly how I imagined it. A girl gives a name. Perfect. Dominic Carter is the name of the actor for Jano Slint. Thank you very much. Dominic. Next up we have... Oh, and this guy. Ooh. Oh, the guy who... Jaqen. What's Jaqen? Jaqen's actor's name? Mr. Chungus or something like that. I can't remember. Hey, James Cosmo. That's one hell of a name, by the way. James Cosmo played Geo Mormont. Oh, perfect. Great acting. Great job. Joffrey, perfect, no debate. Did his acting quite capture Book Joffrey? No, because Book Joffrey is 12, so he couldn't. But in terms of being a older, like a late teens Joffrey, really incredible. Like, really disappeared into the character. Just really hateable. You know, people loved to hate him. Like, I remember even before I even watched Game of Thrones, I was too young, I wasn't allowed. I knew who Joffrey was. I knew he was this hated guy, and I'd seen pictures of this sort of Roman emperor looking motherfucker with short blonde hair. Like, perfect. James Cosmo is dollar store Brian Cox. I can insulting, but I can kind of see it. I think the actor's Scottish, but he's doing a very good Northern English accent. All right, Jojen Reed, played by Thomas Brodie Sangster. That's it. I remember it. Sangster the gangster, as I call him. The guy who looks 15 but he's like 49 or something like that. Yeah, he's good. A little grandpa. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in just in good. He's good. Next up we have Jon Snow. Okay, all right, Jon Snow. He grew on me over the seasons. I didn't like his early stuff. Too one note. Early seasons too one note, too one dimensional. Just kind of generic mopey boy over and over. Not very likable. Definitely disappointed compared to the books. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Why is everyone saying insane? What did I do? What, putting Jojen in good? That's how is that insane? What are you talking about? I don't know. People got some. Has he got like a fan club? Do people love Thomas Brodie Sangster, or are they saying it should be lower? I didn't realize he had such a. Anyway, Jon Snow, yes. Early seasons, I think his acting's really one note and boring. It's not bad acting; it's just boring. And then later seasons, he becomes a bit more likable. But he doesn't. There's not much. He doesn't show off much range, but then again, the character's not given much to do. So I'm not blaming Kit Harington, but yeah, I'm just gonna put him in good. Honestly, just in good. I don't want it. I never have. You are my queen. Shout out. Oh, my bad. People are saying insane in the chat because they've just discovered how old Thomas Brodie Sangster is. He looks the same as he did in Game of Thrones and as he did in everything he was in before Game of Thrones. He's a very young looking fella. I thought I looked young for my age. I do look young for my age. I went into a bar a couple weeks ago and I got ID'd by a 21-year-old. A 21-year-old asked me for ID. I'm 26. I was like, damn, I'm looking good for my age. He's 35 right now. God damn. So that means in Game of Thrones he was in his 20s. That's crazy. Yeah. Late season Game of Thrones is late season Jon Snow is what I call breaking up over the phone. Jon Snow. Where like the signal's going, where he's like, I don't want it. I never out. You are my queen. It's like, I can't hear you, John. You're not coming through. All right. Next up, we have Jorah. Khaleesi. Really good performance by Ian Glenn. Oh, especially when he's getting friend-zoned. The sad face he does, the traumatized face when he's getting friend-zoned. For what the character is, I think I might put him in perfect. He doesn't embody book Jorah in terms of like he's not being a fucking creep, but that's not what the character is in the show. So next up we have Jory Cassell, the one and only. Cool. Shout out Jory. Yeah. I don't think he stood out that much. I think his line delivery was a bit awkward, if anything. I'm going to put him in meh. Oh, yeah, boy. We have none other than Burn Gorman. Carl Tanner, the fucking legend of Gin Alley. I'll take any night, any time, any place. Just playing a psycho drunk guy. Just great. He's just a fantastic British character actor. He's in so many things where he just plays a dick or the bad guy. I know in Glidus's Jeopardy, he was like named the most obscure Game of Thrones actor, and I panicked and I was like, fuck, I can't remember anyone's names. And then Burn Gorman came and saved me. And he's not an obscure actor, but I think he was more obscure than the people being named by Quinn and Michael. Shout out Glidus, man. Alright, let's put Burn in perfect, because the legend. Someone in the chat says his acting's a bit forced. Nah, I don't know. I don't think it's forced. I don't think I think it's... He's chewing the scenery ridiculously, but it doesn't go too far for me. It genuinely doesn't go too far. Next up, we have Kevin Lannister. Again, just a kind of like, you know, older British actor, gravitas. I'm going to put him in great. I don't think I saw enough of him for him to be perfect, but he's great. Kevin was, you know, he's in Always Sunny. Yes, he is in an episode of Always Sunny. Because I think because the writers of Always Sunny were big fans of... Sorry, the Game of Thrones writers big fans of Always Sunny, and they wrote an episode of Always Sunny. They wrote Flowers for Charlie, which is based on the short story Flowers for Something, for Someone. Yeah, Benioff and Weiss wrote an Always Sunny episode, and in that episode is Burn Gorman, so they must have been like, hey, let's get Carl Tanner in. Kevin's actor is dead now. Oh, thanks for ruining my mood. God damn it. Right. Dan and Dave were trying too hard to make him sound like an East London street thug. Oh, but that's the writing, though. Like, yeah, the writing is very over the top for Carl Tanner. It's, like, ridiculous. Fuck them till they're dead. But the acting... I mean, I don't know. It's the best way you can pull off what that dialogue was. But you just have to go all out. Jason Momoa as Khal Drogo. Fantastic. Probably his best performance, right? Jason Momoa's best performance. He's good in stuff, but like I don't think he's been better than Khal Drogo. Like, speaking Dothraki, he's incredible. He might go imperfect, honestly. He's great. And now we have a discount Khal Drogo. We have Khal Moro. He really does look like a parallel universe Khal Drogo. He's just like, we have Khal Drogo at home. Look at them together. Yeah, he was pretty good from what I remember. He was good. I'll put him in good. Krasniz. Ooh, Krasniz was, yeah, played like a nasty slave owner, a bit of a pervert. Spoke the language. Any actors that are like reeling off these fake languages as if they're real languages, like fluently, I'm gonna put him in great. I think he was great. Lady Crane, played by, I can't remember. I think it's an Australian actress actually. Lady Crane's kind of a, I don't know. Maybe she belongs on the MILF tier list. That's all I'm saying. Lady Crane, she was good. She was good. Doesn't stand out much. Oh, thanks for the super chat from Malik F15, who says, was the Red Wedding short-sighted and is Tywin insecure? If we're talking about the books of the show. Let's stick with the book. So, was it short-sighted? I mean, yes. The phrase enacted it, and everyone hates the phrase. They hate the phrase. 100%. They hate Walder and his brood in the twins. They hate Emmon and the Lannister phrase in Riverrun. There are roaming bands of outlaws, and the peasants hate them, the nobility hate them. The phrase have completely fucked their own reputation and their future as a dynasty, to be honest, because they broke guest right and they did something horrific. The The Boltons, it's fucked them up as well. The entire North is basically against the Boltons, and there's no way they're going to hold on to the North, right? They're the reason houses are flocking to Stannis. They're the reason people like Wyman Manderley are scheming behind the scenes. And in terms of Tywin, you could say, oh, Tywin can just brush his hands and be like, well, nothing to do with me. Sure, but Tywin, you want a stable realm, and you're not going to get a stable realm when you're giving the Freys lots of power and everyone hates the Freys. You're not going to have a stable realm when you're putting the Boltons in charge of the North and all the Northerners hate the Boltons. You're not going to have a stable realm when everyone ties the Red Wedding back to you and basically say, you cannot be trusted. You are not trustworthy. I mean, we didn't get to see it fully blow up in his face because he died before it was too early, but yes, it was short-sighted. It was a step too far. And is he insecure? Probably yes. I think, yeah. I think his the embarrassment, how embarrassed he is with his drinking, whoring son, who's a dwarf, in comparison to his love to his perfect, beautiful elder twins. He's clearly is a narcissist. He has an obsession with image, and Tyrion ruins that. And what makes it worse is that Tyrion is most like Tywin, not just in terms of intelligence and ruthlessness, but also in terms of his proclivity towards whoring. Because Tywin talks about how he hates whores and how he wants to hang any whore that Tyrion sleeps with and all this stuff, and that he hated that his father had a mistress, and after his father died, he made his mistress, walk through the streets naked or something. And yet, despite that, Tywin sleeps with Shay, and Tywin is probably the Hand who ordered there to be a tunnel connecting the Tower of the Hand to Chatahi's brothel on the Street of Silk. So, yeah, I think he's got a lot of insecurities and issues that he deals with in a very unhealthy way. Because I think if you had to boil it down, I think he's basically a narcissist, a vulnerable narcissist. Okay, what have I missed in the chat? Right, yeah, so what's next? Lancel. Played by Mr. Lancel, actor. I don't know who the actor's called. Yeah, season 1 Lancel, not gonna lie. I don't know. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm a straight man, but maybe I would. So yeah, he was good. He was good at playing the the bullied intern in season 1. Eugene Simon, thank you. The bullied intern in season 1, and in season 2 he's got a bit more confidence and he's a bit more arrogant, and he's got that Ponce Lannister vibe. And then season 5 onwards, he's buff, short hair, and he's more of a culty guy. No, I feel like, am I underselling him by putting him in good? He basically has 3 different arcs to his character, and he plays all of them very well. But no, I'll leave him in good. He does a good job. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat from Pioneer 10, who says, I just thought of something. Sir Theoden the True has the house name of Wells, which means he's either Dornish or from the north. Proof 4, High Sparrow equals Howland Reed, or Aaron Santagar is alive and in disguise. That super chat nearly gave me a fucking aneurysm. Alright, let me break that down. Theoden the True. So, remind me who Theoden the True is? I'm not a fucking nerd, I don't know this stuff. Sir Theoden the True. Who is he? Oh, he's one of the warrior's sons. Okay, yeah, one of the warrior. Well, yes. So there's a House Wells in the north, and there's a House Wells in Dorne, and no one knows whether this faith member is northern or Dornish. I remember reading about that back in the day. I guess the idea is that if one of the first knights to join the Face Militant is a northerner, Theoden Wells, that could point to the High Sparrow being Howland Reed, a northern lord. Although they don't generally tend to have knights in the north because they don't worship the faith of the Seven, so he's probably more likely to be Dornish. or he could just be, I don't know, maybe House Wells is maybe they're sworn to the Mandalese and they're part of the sort of the faith worshipping part of the North. Or Aaron Santagar is alive and in disguise. I see. Aaron Santagar was Dornish. He was killed during the riots, allegedly. Maybe he's returned, pretending to be Theoden Wells. I don't know why he would. I think Aaron Santakar's just dead. Probably. The cool thing about George's gardening is that you could just have a fuck ton of characters. You just have loads of characters and then have a riot and be like, oh, who's going to die? Let me just double check. Aaron Santagar, he's dead. You just get to sacrifice one of them. Leaf, played by woman. Yeah, fine, good. I don't remember much. Locke's an edgy boy. Yeah, he's this actor, Noah Taylor. Noah Taylor, is that it? Noah Taylor, let me double check. Yep. He always just plays assholes. He just plays dickheads. I think he played Hitler once in something. Yeah, he's fine in a role. He's just angry, mean guy. Doesn't stand out that much. He's not quite Carl Tanner. He hasn't quite got the charisma of Carl Tanner. Shout out Locke. Next up we have... Oh wait, let me open Streamlabs again, just in case. Yeah. Hey, it's Iron Fist. I am the Iron Fist. Well, this is Finn Jones as Loras Tyrell. He's fine. He does a decent job. He doesn't really stand out that much, to be honest, but he's fine. Bella Ramsey as Lyanna Mormont. Very good. I mean, so good that she basically became a fan favourite, and then everyone was like, oh, give us more Lyanna Mormont, give us more. So they were like, oh, we'll give you more Lyanna. And then she proceeded to just, like, every season stand up and give a dramatic speech and shut down the man. And then it just got a bit cringe. But, yeah, incredible performance for a child. Great job. I haven't seen Last of Us. I know that she's Ellie in Last of Us, but I haven't played the game or seen the show, so there we go. Probably perfect. Like, genuinely fantastic stuff. I don't know how the child actors are so good in this. Next up we have Cravendale herself. It's Lysa Arryn, played by, I don't know. She does a really good job as Lysa, just, you know, holding back insanity, kind of. She's going into great, I think, especially season 4. You know, I will say that the whole Lysa death scene in the show, the more I think about it, the more disappointing it is. Kate Dickey's the name of the actress, thank you. The more disappointing it is. You don't get the reveal, the Jon Arryn poison reveal with that scene in the show. You get it earlier in a really awkward scene where she's kissing Baelish and she's like, why, remember when I put the tears in the wine and I killed Jon Arryn? And he shuts her up by kissing her, and it's really weird. You don't get that reveal. And also when in the books, when Lysa's pushed, she kind of falls silently in shock, and in the show she's like Looney Tunes, arms waving, she's falling. Yeah, Kate Dickey is too slim, but this isn't visual. Doesn't matter that she's not thick with 3 C's. Performance-wise, good stuff. Roger, that's it. The actor is called Roger. He played Lord Mace Tyrell. Again, Book Mace is very different. Not a good performance for Book Mace, but in terms of what the character is in the show, which is basically just a sort of a one-dimensional blustering idiot, he does a good job as that. He's a Mace Tyrell. You know what? I'd have him on good, but I'm going to put him up to great for 2 moments. One, for when he's singing in Bravos. He's like, take me down to the dock side, or whatever. And then when he gives his speech outside the Sept, madness has had its day, wearing plastic armor. Okay, we have, I believe, Peter Vaughan is the actor's name, as Maester Aemon. probably perfect, right? Yeah, perfect. I don't know what else I'd improve about it. Maybe he's not quite. I think Show Eamon's maybe slightly harsher. I imagine him being slightly more gentle, but there we go. Roger Ashton Griffiths is his name. There we go. Oh, yeah, shout out Maegor III, who banned Ursery in the year 5000 AC. Maester Lewin, good stuff. Really good performance. He's in great. This did a good job. Kieran Hines, who played Mance Rayder. Again, Bookmance doesn't capture him at all in the show. Not Bookmance. In the show, he is not playing Bookmance. He's not playing a kind of charming bard. A charming bard king. He is playing a gruff, older clan chief. And he does a good job with it. Yeah. Good. He's going in good. Could I get some awoogas in the chat? Because my future ex-wife has just arrived. Natalie Dormer as Marjorie. She kind of has two characters. One is the character that Marjorie is constantly playing. Like she's constantly playing this kind of sweet, kind of naive, kind of, this fake persona, and then the real persona sometimes comes out. Natalie Dormer is, it's an iconic character, iconic performance. I'm probably gonna go perfect. I don't know if it is perfect. I do think sometimes when she's doing when she's playing Marjorie pretending to not be a political operative, she kind of overdoes it with the whole, I'm just an innocent girl, I don't know what's going on, hee hee. Maybe a bit too, but I'm going to put her in perfect because Awooga, and I'm single now. Alright, bruh to Marillion, look at this man. Look at this charming man. Look at that fucking Instagram picture. Marillion, yeah, he was good. He just played a kind of cheeky bard guy. Cheeky chappy. Next up we have Mira Reed, younger than Jojen's actor, which is crazy. Played by Ella something? There we go. I'm single now, I can say it. I could say it when I wasn't single. Did you watch the Smash and Pass? You kidding me? Yeah, no, she was fine. Mira was fine. Good. Put her in good. Oh no, it's getting too big for its own good. Melisandre. Smash? Oh wait, sorry, I'm getting confused. Oh, perfect performance. Perfect performance, I think, actually. The kind of mysterious voice and accent, and the sexuality and sensuality of the character, and the pulled off both the sort of mysterious evil witch, but also the more human side of Melisandre. Yeah, great stuff, great acting. Am I overdoing it? Is she perfect? No, I'm gonna keep her imperfect. Too old. Meryn Trant, lame character in the show. I've already talked about how much I despise his Meryn Trant in season 5, and how I think that they've ruined the character. And not ruined the character, but ruined what his death could have meant for Arya. I don't care about Meryn. Anyway, yes, Too Old Man, played by an Irish dude, doing an amazing English accent, by the way, because he's got a very heavy Irish accent. The kind who serves his king, imp. This man had a red face. I think I might, but people are saying good. I think he's kind of better than good. I think he's great, actually. I think he's like, he doesn't do much, but he does a really good job of just like the fucking stank face. Carice Van Houten as Melisandre gave me a fear boner almost every time she was on screen. Yeah, man. When I first watched Game of Thrones, I was, oh boy, how old was I? I was in my first or second year of, I think it was second year. So I would have been 17 or 18. I was 17 or 18 when I watched Game of Thrones. So Yeah. Anyway, Miri Mazda. Good stuff. Great stuff, actually. Yeah. I'm going to put her on great. Miss Sunday. We're getting a long string of Awuga, aren't we? Miss Sunday was very good. Yeah, I did good. I'll put good because she didn't have much to work with. Again, it's similar to Grey Worm, where they're both sort of just playing repressed slaves, and they never really break much. And she's a good actress, but there's not much. Ian Beatty or Betty or whatever. Yeah, that's the name of Meryn. Miranda. I think she was very good, actually. Miranda brought a real dangerous energy. Show only character. They were like, what if we, instead of the bastards boys, what if we just have the bastards girl? What if we just give Ramsay like a psycho girlfriend? I think she was really good. How many more characters? Oh my god. So much for the short stream. Marcella has 2 actresses. The first one plays her in season 1 and 2, and then wasn't called back for season 5. Wasn't even told that she'd been recast. So like season 5 came out and there was just a new actress playing her character, and she was like, "Oh, that's kind of shitty." Yeah, they didn't even tell her, which is not nice. But I don't know why they recast her. But yes, Marcella, good acting, good. Oh, we've reached the sand snakes. We have Nymeria sand. I'm trying to remember. I'm not gonna judge the sand snakes as like the 3 of them. I'm genuinely trying to remember how they are individually. Nymeria, what's she like? Because the actress is good. She's good in other stuff. Huh. Sorry about the dead air right there. I'm just me not talking. Yeah. I'm not. I don't want to go bruh. I know the meme is Sansa. Like, it's not bruh. It's not like really, really bad acting. It's the characters cringe, and I do think you can't do much with the dialogue, and so the performance is kind of cringe. But it's not bruh. It's just kind of like, yeah, you're. I don't know. And then compare that to Obara. I think they're on the same level, to be honest. I'm just going to put them together. I think Obara's actress like won an award as a child, or was nominated as a child. Olenna the goat. The old goat. That just sounded rude. Someone saying Obara was less cringe. Oh, you know what I'm thinking? Remember when Nymeria goes, "You're a greedy bitch," you know that? In season 6? That's a really bad line delivery. Ooh, that's a really bad line delivery. Ooh. I might put her in bruh. I think Obara's slightly better. Oh, right. Olenna. Yeah, perfect, obviously. Diana Rigg. That's it. Classic actress. She was in the Avengers from the 60s. In the Smash or Pass video, I mentioned her being... I said she's in the 80s, which doesn't make sense, because in the 60s, she's in the Avengers. And she was in James Bond. She was in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. The only Bond film to star... what's his name as James Bond? Who was George Lazenby, the Aussie? Right. There we go. Ollie. I can't remember the actor's name. Ollie's, again, child actor, does a great job. Yeah, does a great job. Again, I never hated Ollie, because something about watching the show after reading the books is that I wasn't super emotionally invested in the show in the same way I would have been if I'd watched just the show. Like, I was more watching it as a comparison, being like, ooh, what have they changed? What have they kept the same? So, like, Ollie killing Ygritte didn't make me go, oh my god, I hate Ollie. Or Ollie killing Jon Snow didn't make me go, oh, I hate Ollie, because I was just kind of like, oh, they've had Ollie doing these things. That's different from the books. Okay, fair enough. Like, I didn't get on the fuck Ollie hype train. Like, I just didn't care that much. But I think he served his role. Nah, he's not great. He's good. He's in good. What am I doing? Shout out Oliver, the gay boy in the brothel. I don't really remember much about his performance. I guess it's good. He's good. He's fine. Oral, played by Mackenzie Crook, aka Wooden Eye Patch Boy from Pirates of the Caribbean, aka Gareth from the UK Office. Considering how great he is in The Office and Pirates of the Caribbean, he's very boring in Game of Thrones. I might put him in Mare, actually. The actor is great, but he's very boring as this character. What's her name? Natalie something? As Osha. I can't believe Osha's existence is why Asha is called Yara in the show. That's so goofy. Alright. Osha. Yeah. Great performance, actually. Weird alternate wildling go. Ooh. Yes. Mackenzie Crook, his character in The Office UK, for those who don't know, is basically the original Dwight Schrute. Dwight Schrute is inspired by Gareth. Natalie Tennant, I thought so. Oh boy, Aidan Gillen as Littlefinger. So season 1, I think he's... Season 1, he's good. Season 1, he's... And then he starts playing the role more and more, like, pantomime and comically, and, like, he's... kind of like he's not giving a shit. Like, half the time he looks like he just doesn't care, and the other time he's acting like he's in a pantomime. He's like, I'm being an over-the-top villain. Not a good performance at all, to be honest. Iconic looks-wise, but the voice changing was really fucking stupid. The accent changes, the Batman voice. I think he ruined so many Littlefinger scenes, in my opinion. I mean, when Tyrion offers him Harrenhal and he, like, open mouth gasps, like, and spins around. So, what the fuck? Season 1, he's great. He falls off hard, as someone said in the chat. Yeah, he completely falls. The next time he's great, post season 1, I think is... I mean, Chaos of Ladder speech is a great speech. It's not really his acting that sells it. His death scene is good. He's really good in his death scene. He is actually really good. So, I'm going to put him in Meh. And I'll spare him from Bruh because he's good in season 1, but, like... Harrenhal. I suppose that's off the table as well. Dude, do you know what show do you think you're at? You're not in a kids show. You're not... Like, why are you talking like that? Shanja. Fight every battle in your mind, at every time in every way. From every corner of the board, using every piece, and none at the same time. Sacrifice the king, save the king, take out the queen, Shanja. Steal the pawns, watch the pawns, Sansa. Overflip the desk. Destroy the table. Shanja, listen to me. She's like, leave me alone, you weirdo. Oh, the sex position scene. Oh my... One of the... I might do a video which is just, like, the worst Game of Thrones scenes. Or maybe a live stream. But, like, the problem is that the worst early Game of Thrones scenes. Because the thing is, season 5 onwards, there's a whole bunch of issues. But I feel like season 1 to 4, which is considered a great Game of Thrones, a video about, like, the bad scenes in those... Because those seasons are great, but in every season, there is one moment where you're like, what? Yeah... The sex position is terrible. It's so cringe. The way he's, like, explaining his backstory and his motivations to 2 random whores. First off, bizarre. But secondly, the fact he's doing it and it's, like, 2 prostitutes, like, loudly... It's just, oh my god, just weird and cringe. It's like, oh, stop. He's like, play with her ass. No, Peter. No, Mr. Baelish, I do not want to. Stop talking about your childhood while I'm putting my finger up this woman's bum. Shout out Euron. A finger in the butt. Alright. Podrick. Yeah, play with Harash. Podrick. Payne. Played by Daniel. His name's definitely Daniel. Say what you will. Podrick's actor's name. Definitely Daniel. Something. But Daniel Portman. That's the one. Kind of a Chad, to be honest. He's great as the nervous young Podrick. And then he becomes Brienne's little helper. And then he becomes a bit of a handsome badass. And then the singing in season 8 puts him up to perfect. The fact that Podrick just... See, episode 2 of season 8 is genuinely a good episode. It's arguably the only great episode in season 8. It's written by Brian Cogman. It's the one that ends with Podrick singing the Jenny of Oldstone song. Just a really good episode. Polliver. Yeah, good. Just kind of playing a Cockney thug. Pirate Pre, a weirdo with a Scottish accent. I can't believe I went into the accent video thinking that there was no Scottish accents. I forgot about Pirate Pre. How could I forget about this blue-lipped bullsack? He's good. Pip, my boy Pip. I like Pip. As with Gren, I think I'm gonna put him up in great, honestly. Like, he does a really good job with just being the kind of naive, scared black brother. That's not what Gren is, but just the kind of the nobody, the commoner. Great job. Corran Halfhand, I don't remember anything about his performance, but I don't remember it being bad, so I'll put it in good. Qyburn? Whoa! Qyburn was based. I like the Anton Lesser. Partagaz from Andor. Yeah, he was really good as Qyburn. I'll put him in great and not perfect, because I think we didn't quite get enough of the... We got the kind of, like, kindly grandpa, and then we got the kind of ruthless weirdo. We didn't quite get the, like... I was never creeped out by Show Qyburn. I never got this sense of, creepy mad scientist. He was cool, wasn't quite creeped out enough, so I'm only putting him in great, not in perfect. Yes, Pip does sound like a roadman. I should have said that in the video. I should have said he sounded like a roadman. Ramsay. Really good performance. Don't like the character at all. I actually think I hate Show Ramsay. Like, a lot, the more I think about it. The actor, great job with what he was given. Great job. I might even go perfect. Oh, where'd he go? Yeah, with what he had, he did a fantastic job. I need some welder. Any super chats? Let me check. Keep them super chats coming if you want to send in questions or throw a theory my way or just generally roast me. Or Streamlabs donations, if you want to check out the link in the description. I do appreciate it. Supporting the channel, supporting the job. Randall Tarley, let's move on. Randall Tarley. Oh, great performance. I love Randy. Yeah, just a really rich, gravelly voice and just like a... Perfect. I lost him. Oh, there he is. He's going in perfect. Rast next. Rast. Look at this. Look at this balding boy. Rast was... He's going with all the Night Watch boys are going in great. They all perfectly got that character. Renly. I'm gonna say good performance. Good performance. Better in season 2. In season 1, the bit when they're hunting with Robert and he's like, oh yeah, the Mad King heard stuff in his head and you blah blah blah. Like, that was delivered badly. But I'll put him in good. Rickon? What do I do with Rickon? He was just being a sad kid, and then he was good. He was good in a role. People are saying Renly is meh or bruh. I wasn't. Was he meh? Ugh. Shit, man. Maybe he's meh. I think Renly's kind of meh. I think I've been convinced. Robb Stark. Oh, great performance. Richard Madden, the one and only. Shout out Eternals. Yeah, I'm trying. No, I'm pausing because I'm thinking of something negative. I'm trying to think of anything negative about Robb's performance. No, he was perfect. Yeah, he's perfect. Great performance. The accent was great. He nailed it. Hey, Bobby B. Yeah, Mark Addy. Again, physically, we've talked about this in the other live stream. He does not match Bobby B, but he's going in perfect for this live stream, for the acting. Fantastic performance. Probably his magnum opus. Is that a thing? Can you say that about performances, or is that... Anyway, Robin Arryn, played by... I don't know, the actor has like an Italian name. Let's think. So early on, he's probably one of the weaker child actors. Like, he's a little bit cringe in season 1, where he's like, I want to make the bad man fly, and it's not super... It's not perfect. It's not, not as good as the other child actors. Season 4, he's a bit better when he's like stomping on Sansa's castle. Season 8, he's sitting there smouldering, looking chatty. I might put him in meh, to be honest. Roderick's good. He's fine. He's good. Roose. Yeah. Okay. So Roose again, it's well acted, and he's got like a rich voice, and he really pulls off the kind of, dead-eyed psychopath. Like season 3, there's a bit where he's talking to Walder Frey, and he like smiles, and his eyes like stay cold, and it's really good. And he's definitely got presence, and I wish we'd seen Book Roose, like the Whisperer, the quiet vampire man. We didn't really get that from him, but I'd say great for show Roose. Thank you for the super chat from Pioneer 10, who says, "It's me again. You ever wonder what's west of Westeros?" No, but Arya does. Do we think that's Arya's ending? Is she gonna sail off, like, what's her name, and explore west of Westeros? What's west? I like to think there's something. The idea that if you sail west, you just end up at a Shy by the Shadows kind of lame. There's got to be some kind of new world, some sort of America's equivalent, in between Westeros and Essos. Next up, Roz. That picture is something else. Goddamn. Roz was good. I think she was great, actually. She was great. She did a great job. Yeah. Hey, my boy Salador's son. What a weird character he is in the show. In the books, he's this fucking Lyseni pirate admiral, and in the books, and then in the show, he's just fucking like, I'm not going to rape her, I'm going to fuck her. He's just this random fucking African pirate. It's just like, why is this what Salador Saan has become? We should have brought him back. He should have been in future seasons. Bring back Salador. Bring back Salador. He was good. He was kind of charming, comic relief, likable. I'm gonna put him in great, actually. He's not in a much. I'm gonna put him in great. Sam Tarly, that's got to be perfect. He just perfectly captures the character. Bumbling, likable craven, but then he becomes braver, and it's believable, and even in the emotional scenes, he pulls it off well. He's absolutely perfect. I said before, he's better than, writing-wise, better than Book Sam, without question. The Hound, yeah, he's Rory McCann. Great as the Hound, but not perfect, actually. In fact, I think he's quite stilted in the early seasons. Season 3 onwards, he's basically perfect. But season 1 and 2, I remember him being a bit awkward, a bit kind of a bit too understated. Like, not. I remember watching it and being like, this guy's not quite capturing the Hound as much as I'd like him to. He's not quite, but he then becomes perfect. So I'm going to put him in great just because of the first couple of seasons. And speaking of weaker early performances, Sansa Stark. Yeah, season 1, Sophie Turner is actively bad. She's bad. She's not good in season 1. Like, Arya's so much better. Bran's better. Season 1, Sansa's like, thank you, Sir Loras. And it's like, bruh. She's honestly, Sophie Turner's probably one of the most wooden actresses on the show, comparatively speaking. She's still good, but the first few seasons she was quite, especially season 1, she was very wooden. Then she gets better, but she's still kind of not supernatural. Maybe even up to season 8, she was never 100% natural in her scenes. She's always been one of the weaker parts of the show. But I feel like meh is too harsh, so I'm going to put her in good. Because she does salvage it by the end of the show, but I'm going to put her in good. Oh, people are mad about the Hound. I love Rory McCann, and I think he's great as a Hound. I just distinctly remember being unimpressed with him in season 1. Maybe not even season 2, but season 1, I remember he just didn't stand out much, acting-wise. I don't know. I've got to stand up for my fellow Scot. I will allow that. Sleepy Thistle. I will allow. That sounds like an ASMR name. I think Sansa was good for what the character is. Yeah. Alright, Selyse. Yeah, actress was Selyse, did a fine job. Septa Mordain, good. She did a good job. Septa Unella. Hannah Waddingham. She's got pretty famous now. Who would have guessed she started out as the Shame Nun? Yeah, she's good. She's good. Oh, Shay. Oh, okay. I think I'm going to put Shay in bruh. I'm putting Shay in bruh. I think Shay's a bad actress. You know what? Yeah, no, I think Shay might be the worst actress in the show. Shay might be the worst actress in the show. Like, just really wooden. It also doesn't help that I don't like how she's written in the show. And so it's even more bizarre that George R. R. Martin was like, he doesn't like all these changes, but he's like, oh, Shay in the show is actually better than in the books. He's like, yeah, no, George, she is not. You lunatic. Tyrion and Shay having an actual love story is not as good as Tyrion lying to himself in the books. What are you talking about? No, honestly, if she's in bruh, I'm gonna put Nymeria back in meh. I'm gonna put her next to Obara. She's not. Nymeria is not Shay tier. Oh, but then that one line where she says, "You're a greedy bitch," you know that that is very badly performed. No, I'm putting Nymeria back down here. Young women with weird accents are in bruh. I am sexist and racist. Shireen, okay. Shireen, great performance from Shireen. Was she even a child actress? I'm sure I saw somewhere that she was actually, the actress is older. Like, she's playing like a 10-year-old, but she was in her teens. I've mentioned this before in a previous live stream, I think. That one of my mates was on, when I was back at uni, one of my mates was on Tinder, wherever he lived. I think somewhere in London. And he was swiping, and like the actress for Shireen was like on Tinder, and he was like, oh fuck, I thought she was like 10, but she's like 18 at the time. Yeah, no, she really, really good performance from Shireen. I mean, good all round. The death scene obviously elevates it. The death scene might push it into perfect, to be honest. Yeah, God help us if Mysaria were here. Oh my God, fucking Mysaria. People are being like, do the accent video, but for House of the Dragon, and the question is, She's 26 right now. Oh, so she's my age. Shout out Shireen, same age as me. She's been in one of the biggest shows of all time. I make videos on YouTube. That hit me hard, bro. What was I saying? Oh yeah, everyone's... Yes, I know Shay's actress was in pornos. That's why George likes her. We know. But yes, hot D accent. On one hand, it feels like a waste to do a hot D accent video. When there's only been 2 seasons, where like it feels like I should kind of wait for the show to be over then do it. And also there wouldn't be much to say. I would mostly just be saying every single person has RP, with the exception of Cregan, who's Northern, and there are also like a few random Scots like Alice Rivers and Harold Westerling and Lyman Beesbury. And of course my Zarya will probably take about... To be fair, my Zarya segment could take like half an hour. But I do want to say, at the very least, I want to save it till like season 3 comes out, maybe. Quinn is in the chat. We've got some crazy people in the chat. We have Quinn the GM. We had a Channel of Ice and Fire. We had some random Scottish ASM artist. We had shout out to Daniel Green. Daniel Green did what I sometimes do, where I pop into a live stream and I drop one comment and then I dip. Yeah, Harold Westling, Scottish, Quinn. And Lyman Beesbury. I feel like lots of Americans don't pick up on that. Lyman Beesbury has a very posh Scottish accent. You know what pissed me off? When Alice Rivers first appears, where Damon's like has his first hallucination and he's at the tree in Harrenhal, and Alice Rivers says, "You will die in this place," and then like walks away. And look, people were like, "Why does Alice Rivers have an American accent?" I was like, They misheard her Scottish accent as like a Valley Girl accent, and I was like, God damn it, you plebs. This is why you need channels like Fantasy Haven to set you right and tell you what accents are. God, I'm delirious. It's late, it's 11 p.m. where I am, and it's boiling. Because obviously us Brits, we are cold-blooded. We are creatures of greyness and clouds. We are having a heat wave. I'm not going to lie, I'm basically naked right now. I'm just wearing underwear. And even then, I'm boiling. I need some ice. I need to hop into bed with some ice cream. And we've got so many... No, we don't. We don't have too many characters left. Okay, fair enough. Who's next? Stannis Baratheon. Okay. Hot take. I know I'm the only one who has this opinion. I am not super impressed by Stephen Delane as Stannis. I'm in the minority. I will accept that. In my opinion, he's completely phoning it in. I think Stephen Delane is phoning in the character. When I first watched it, I was like, I'm not super... He looks the part and he's a good actor, but he's kind of not giving it much. And the actor, and then I read an interview after where he was like, he never liked the show and he didn't understand what was happening, and he said he's embarrassed by his performance because he said, I did phone it in because I didn't realize how big it would be. But then you go everywhere and you're like, everyone's like, oh my god, best performance ever. The fact he didn't like the character makes him even better as Stannis. And it's like, kind of, yeah, I get it. It is kind of funny. But no, he's phoning it in. There are many lines that he just kind of rushes through, or he says in an uninterested way. Like the famous sort of... there are so many lines where he just doesn't... There's not much going on. But he is good. So I'm going to put him in good. He's good as Stannis, but he's quite disappointing to me. Next up we have Steer, the Russian Steer. Shout out, Rusky. Yeah, he was good. Sirio Farrell might be full on, like, perfect here. I think he was incredible. I remember watching it being like, oh, this guy has perfectly captured it. Perfectly. This is giving me nostalgia for, like, when I first... God, must be, like, 9 years ago? 9 or 10 years ago I first watched Game of Thrones? That's depressing. No, that can't be right. I started watching it before season 6 came out. When was that? How long ago was that? I don't know. But it's making me want to rewatch at least the early seasons. Oh, there's some good stuff there. I've almost part of me is like, I wonder if I'd like, if I hadn't, because the experience of watching the show after reading the books is obviously way different from people who just watched the show or watched the show first. Like the idea of just tuning in and all these characters, all these plots, and you're piecing it together in your head and you're going season by season must be so cool. Because when I wasn't super emotionally invested when I watched it because I was just constantly making comparisons to the book, and I was watching it more. It was more it was more interesting than it was emotionally resonant. But man, they fumbled this show, didn't they? Yeah, Stephen Delane as Longshanks in the Outlaw King. That was cool. That was cool. The first scene where he's in the tent and then he like swipes the rope and the catapult launches. Talissa Maygir, can I get another Awooga and a chai, everyone? Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter, etc. Yeah, she was good. Yeah. Oh, but is she great? I'm going to put good. I'm going to settle with good. No, I'm going to put her in great, actually. She's really good. She was really good. I'm putting her in great. Jonathan Pryce, again, classic English actor. Great stuff. Really good as the High Sparrow. I'm going to put him in perfect. Really, really good. Ooh. Okay, well, there are 2 Night Kings. Hear me out, fellas. There are 2 Night Kings. There's Season 5 Night King, who's up on the screen, and there's Season 6, 7, and 8 Night King. 2 different actors. Season 5 Night King is played by an actual actor. I can't remember his name. But I love him in Season 5. Like, he has this sort of, you can see it, the kind of this smug imperiousness and downturned mouth and just kind of malice that was never captured again because they replaced him with a sword stuntsman, a sword fighter and a stuntman who didn't do any fucking stunts. So they replaced an actual actor doing a great performance under prosthetics with a stuntman who can't act and who basically just had a blank expression the entire time and unfortunately had a bit of a lazy eye. So like season 6 onwards, the Night King has like kind of cross eyes and you can't unsee it. I'm allowed to make fun. I have one of my eyes goes in slightly, I'm a bit of a lazy eye. And so you just go from like season 5 aura Night King to blank face, kind of goofy looking season 6 onwards, and he doesn't even fight. He doesn't do any. It's like they planned for him to have a sword fight, but then didn't. And so then you replaced an actor with a stuntman, and then had the stuntman do no stunts as the character, because he just walks around slowly and rides a dragon and gets stabbed by Arya. Like there's no stunt work needed for that. So if I'm being honest, season 5 Night King is like perfect. Because even with the prosthetics, there's like an aura that came from him, which was... Hardhome aura was never seen again. I'm going to put Hardhome Night's King in perfect. And season 6, post Hardhome Night King is like meh. Alright, The Waif. Faye Marseille's The Waif. Good performance, not much to work with, cringe character, but it wasn't a bad performance. Alfie Allen as Theon Greyjoy, we're going into perfect, obviously. Both as kind of insecurely smugly insecure Theon, and then kind of fucked up season 2 Theon, and then Reek, and then post Reek Theon, going into perfect. One of the best performances in the show. Never got nominated for an Emmy because the Emmys wanted to nominate the more, the stars. They wanted to nominate Peter Dinklage. Like, Peter Dinklage got nominated for season 4 and he didn't win it. And he got nominated for season 5. He got nominated for seasons 1 to 4 when he's actually acting. And then in season 5, where he basically doesn't really do anything for a season, he won it. Basically as a consolation, like, sorry, we couldn't nominate you because we kept giving it to people from Breaking Bad. Now Breaking Bad's over, we're finally going to give you an Emmy. And it was like, he didn't deserve it for that season, though. Right, we're nearly done. 2 hours. Oh, I genuinely thought this would be like a half-hour stream. How does this happen every time? Alright, Big Boy, Thoros of Myr. Very different from the book version, to be fair. But yes, the show version is wild boy, very fun, kind of a drunk Cockney lad, capable of kind of being comic relief, but also quite serious too. I'm gonna go perfect for Thoros. I think he's actually smashed out of the park. Lamest death ever. He got hurt by a bear and then died of the cold. Fuck, great. Max von Sydow as Brynden Rivers. I'm not going to give him automatic perfect just because he's famous Scandi actor. Nah, he's imperfect, isn't he? Just a great performance. The actor probably has no fucking clue what's going on, but he just sells it. Especially when he dies, when he's like, you know, my time is up, or whatever he says, and then he like gets Thanos snapped. He just Tommen. There's such an unflattering picture. Great picture. Great performance, actually. Great performance. This is one hell of a live stream. Over 200 people are watching me just say, yes, good performance, yes, to everyone. What are you doing with your lives? Have some ambition, damn it. I love you all. Tommen. Yes, he's good. Because the actor's like a full-on, like, cheeky London chappie, right? And then in the show, he's like this sort of high voice, insecure, posh boy. Really great. I'm putting him in great. Tormund Giantsbane. For what the character is, I think he might be perfect. If I'm being honest, I think he just did a great job being both a badass warrior and also the kind of comic relief, and yeah. Get some subscribers, damn it, someone says. That's a good shout. If you haven't subscribed, hey guys, subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Send in some super chats if you want. I love you all. Tristane, aka Florence Pugh's brother, somehow. Yes, I remember being pretty good, actually. Like, compared to the Sand Snakes, I was like, yeah, that's a good guy. That's a good guy. Yeah. Yes, Dean Charles Chapman, who played Tommen, was in The King, yes. Where be the big dog? And he's good in 1917, yeah. Shout out Timothy Chalamet in The King. He's quite good in The King. He does a good English accent, I think, from what I remember. Old Tim Cham. Tim Cham's kind of based, to be honest. I'm not necessarily on the Timothy Chalamet train, but I can't help but respect what he's done for short, skinny white boys like me. Like, how the fuck did he snag Kylie Jenner without being a NBA player or a rapper? God damn, what kind of riz has he got? Anyway, no one cares. What's Tychonosaurus? There we go. Tychonosaurus. Yes, Mark Gatiss. Yeah, Mark Gatiss just playing him as a sort of a, you know, a posh, just a kind of a posh, smug guy. It's a fun performance to watch. He likes to chew the scenery. Is he good or is he great? I'm going to put him in good. Tyene. In the chat. Tyene perfect, don't ask why. This is good, sir. This is not smash or pass live stream. Right? This is behave yourself. This is acting. Okay, Tyene's acting. I know everyone roasts the Sand Snakes for the dialogue, and that makes sense. Is Tyene's acting that bad? I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad acting. No, I don't think she's bruh. I think she's fine. To be fair, the bad pussy line is delivered in an especially weird way. But how do you make that line work? No, I don't think she's bruh here. You know what? I agree with the previous chat member. She's in fact perfect. Moving on. Man, men are so easy. Tyrion. Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Rosabelle Laurenti Sanders looks and acts nothing like the book character, and the performance is obnoxious. Yeah, I've done a video about the Sand Snakes. Nothing like the book character at all. Yeah, the performance is annoying, but have you considered breasts? Okay, moving on. Oh, that fucking meme where it's like Tyn's actress's father releasing a tweet being like, "Wow, my daughter's going to be in Game of Thrones. I'm so proud of her." And he said that like just before the episode where she's nude, and then it's like this tweet has been deleted, and it's like, oh my god. Oh, I need to find that meme somewhere. Anyway, Tyrion, yes, Peter Dinklage's Tyrion. Okay. Super charismatic performance. Very likable. Good at the comic relief. Great chemistry with lots of different characters like Varys and Bronn and so on. Great at the emotional stuff too. You know, he was one of the big reasons people watched the show. They just loved watching Peter Dinklage. I've talked about the accent before in the accent video. Have I mentioned the accent video yet? Have I mentioned it yet? Have I said that I made one? Old Dinky. He's doing a very weird accent, but I've concluded that I like it. It's not a good English accent, but it's also not a bad English accent. It's just weird. It's just kind of a weird accent, and it's not great. I almost like can't put him in perfect because it is like a noticeably weird accent, but I'm fine with it. And I do think he starts phoning it in season 5 onwards. Like season 5, 6, and 7, he's just kind of... No, season 6 and 7. 5 is fine. Season 6 and 7, I feel like the actor kind of doesn't care anymore. Especially season 6. Like he's got nothing to work with, to be fair. It's not his fault. But he very much seems like... And then season 8, he kind of comes back a bit. Like he starts putting in a better performance. But I got the sense he was very bored with the character in season 6 and 7. Yeah. Yeah. And this is a hot take, and I know I'm full of hot takes today, but maybe the heat wave here is driving me insane. But you know the famous trial speech? I don't think he does a great job in the trial speech. I think it's overhyped. I think he's overcooking it. He's overacting a bit, and I wasn't quite sold on it. Yeah. So the Dink is incredible. I'm going to put him in great. But because of the accent and because he phones it in later on and because the trial speech is overrated, I'm going to put him in great. Sue me. Please don't sue me. I can't afford it. Have you seen UK taxes nowadays? Alright, what's up? Tywin. Ooh, Charles Dance's Tywin. I mean, straight into perfect. Just incredible. Incredible gravitas. Incredible screen presence. Delivers every line beautifully. Like, you just want to listen to every line he says. It's just, oof, so much oomph. Now, the chat is mad. Someone in the chat is called Jabba the Cuck. I don't know why that made me laugh. I'm immature. There's not much to say about... There's not much to say about Tywin. Just fucking perfect. Aura. Aura is the word. Tyene and Tywin are on the same level. You better believe it. You better believe it. Thank you. Another super chat from Pioneer 10. You're being the MVP of this stream. Pioneer says, "You ever wondered if George R. R. Martin had General Sherman in his mind when he wrote Tywin? Both have songs and they look alike. P.S. How many more super chats do you want?" Who's General Sherman? Am I being an uncultured swine when I say that? Who's General Sherman? American soldier in the American Civil War. Yo, he does have the mutton chops though. Ooh. Oh, he does kind of look like a Tywin with hair. Maybe he had General Sherman in mind. I need to learn more about the American Civil War. It took place after the British Civil War, right? That the Americans call independence, the war for independence or something, even though it was just a British Civil War. over taxes. But who was it? Someone in the comments of my last live stream was so mad that I was making fun of, clearly being sarcastic about being mad about America and how they left the British Empire, and they were taking it really seriously, and I was like, what? Such an obvious joke. Yeah, well, he does kind of look like Tywin, yeah. Both have songs about them. What's the song about General Sherman? What's the name of that song? I'll check it out after the stream. P.S. How many more super chats do you want? I'd like at least 5 more, and I'd like $100 in each. Shout out Andre. Who remembers Andre from like 2 years ago? All my old live streams, I used to have a regular watcher called Andre who'd occasionally just like drop $100 with like a winky face emoji and then disappear, and I'd be like, ah. Right. West of Westeros accent. Yes, Peter Dinklage is doing a West of Westeros act. Yeah. Someone give me the name of the song. Okay, Varys. Varys is... I think he's going in perfect. He does a great job playing both the obsequious, effeminate eunuch, but also the man behind the character, the performance. I will say he's not quite as grossly camp and sickly sweet as he is in the books, but he's not necessarily written as over the top as the books, so I think I'm fine with that. While we're marching through Georgia, okay, marching through Georgia, thank you very much. Hornswoggle would love to put Peter Dinklage through a folding table. That sentence sounds like a Dr. Zeus line or something. Is Hornswoggle is that the dwarf actor who's mad at Peter Dinklage because Peter Dinklage was like, stop casting dwarves to play goofy roles, and Hornswoggle was like, hey man, goofy roles gives us money and gives us exposure, etc. What's my Instagram? Damn, you're trying to hit me up? Slide into my DMs? I don't have an Instagram. I probably should. I should have a Fantasy Haven Instagram. I don't know what I'd do with it except just post art occasionally and just updates and be like, hey guys, check out I should. Next up we have Viserys, played by Harry Lloyd. That came out weird. Harry Lloyd. Oh, perfect. He's going in perfect. It was a great Viserys. He was so good. Absolute Chad, great voice. I haven't listened to his audiobooks of Dunk and Egg. I should do that. I've heard some extracts and his voice acting is incredible. So I really need to do that. I need some more water. I'm melting. Oh my god, it's nearly 11:30 at night. How did I wanted an early night. How do I keep doing this? Shout out Fat Walder. Played by Lizzo, I think. So she goes into... She was fine. She was a fine performance. I'll put her in good. There's not much to say. Next up we have Walder Frey. Ooh, perfect. David Bradley, perfect. Just playing a nasty old man. He's good at that. Yeah, Glidus would be mad if I gave Viserys anything less than S. That's 100% correct. I don't want to get sniped by Glidus with a boomerang, so of course Walder Frey is going in perfect. Viserys is imperfect. Viserys is imperfect. I didn't say Viserys is imperfect. Please don't hurt me. I said he's imperfect here. Zaro Zoan Duck Sauce himself. Yeah, he was good. He was just a charming fella. He was a charming fella. Alright, who's next? Yara. Yeah, fine. The character is lame in the show. The character's so lame in the show, but she did a good job, I guess. I almost want to go meh for her, but I feel like I'm letting the character get in the way of the performance. The performance was fine. The performance was good. I don't think it deserves to be in meh. Let's see who's in meh. Actually, I think I will put it in there, actually. This is kind of lame. Egret. Shout out Egret. Let's go. I think perfect for Egret. Can't think of how I'd improve that. Bronzion Royce, we're making it at the very end. We've got to the Ys. There are no Zs, I'm afraid, apart from the Zorses, ridden by the Brave Companions, but they're not in the show. Bronzion, yeah, he's just a... Yeah, for any Brits who grew up with early Doctor Who remembers this guy being the Slitheen general? When the Slitheen take over Downing Street, and this guy's the general, and they lure him into the cabinet office, and they shut the door, and they kill him and turn him into a Slitheen because he's fat. General Asquith, who remembers? Anyway, good. He's going in good. He used a good performance. You've been licking Lord Tywin's boots for so long, it's a wonder your tongue's not black. That's a line in the show, not in the books. Fire line, by the way. Fire fucking line. And then finally, Yoren. Yoren. I think for what he was, Yoren's kind of... I think he belongs in perfect here. Yeah. Perfecto. Someone said I should do a Hot D version. I should do... Honestly, I should do a Hot D version just... If I'm on... If this is a trend, if I'm doing a accent ranking... sorry, not accent. Actor ranking stream, I might as well have fun with it. In terms of comparing... Excuse me, I fully yawned there. In terms of comparing what they look like in the books versus the show, there's not much to say with Hot D. I'd probably merge them into one live stream where I have one tier list, which is based on how they... So, for example, Rhaenyra, she's thickums in the book and she's not in the show. But then, like, Daemon's just never described, so you can't really do much with that, but... You can do something. And then I could do another tier, which is... How good are they at performance-wise? But, I mean, for Hot D, performances in Hot D are really good. Like, that's probably going to be mostly perfect. And then, like, and then Mazaria will be in the what the fuck is going on tier. Thank you for another super chat from Pioneer 10, the one and only. Tarbeck Hall and Castamere equals Atlanta and Columbia. Ah, so he burnt down Atlanta, and you're comparing that to how he destroyed House Tarbeck and House Rain. War is cruelty, war is hell, and they have brought it on themselves. Sherman is the GOAT. I gotta learn more about American history. I know a bit about 1776 independent stuff from Assassin's Creed 3. We don't really learn about American history in school. Obviously, we're not Americans. But no, I'm intrigued by independence and the Civil War and early American history. I gotta look into that more. Oh, Simon Strong, it would be beyond perfect here. Yeah, let's rename perfect to GOAT. Actually, I like that. GOAT here. Yeah, okay, so in that case, there we go. Then we are done. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, etc. Future of the channel. Accent video went really well. I've finished all the art for an Elder Scrolls video. I'm gonna move. I've been very lazy this week. But I want to get cracking on with the Elder Scrolls video. It's gonna be about the Great War. So the Alt-Mary Dominion invading the empire of Titus Mede II, and there's also a very special thing going on. There's a very special a special thing, a special collab thing that I'll be working on as well. It might come out before the Elder Scrolls video, it might come out after, but it's a big secret, and you'll learn about it when it drops, or maybe a few days before it drops. And of course I gotta do Witcher stuff, because the next season's coming out, and I don't even know how many people in my audience care about The Witcher, but you better believe I'm gonna do quickies about each episode, probably tearing into it. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to stick around for a couple more minutes, just see if the chat has anything to say. Any questions? Anything you want to say? Before I hop into... No, I need a cold shower. I'm boiling. I'm going to have a cold shower. I'm going to get some Ben & Jerry's. I'm going to hop into bed, and I'm going to be watching what I've been watching to get through the breakup, which is Impractical Jokers, which is the ultimate guilty pleasure. It's a show I should hate, and yet I love it. I can't explain it. If you have no idea what Elder Scrolls is, would you be able to enjoy the video, asks Mink. Long-time viewer, Mink. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it would just be a fun, short animated video where I'm going to break down some lore of a fantasy continent you haven't heard of. It could just be a fun. And it's not like unlike Song of Ice and Fire, there's like a whole bunch of different fantasy races. So I've got high elves and wood elves and Khajiit and Imperials and Bretons and Nords and Red Guards and so on. So there's like, it's my first time. I was having lots of fun with the art, because instead of just drawing generic knights, I was like, how do I draw a high elf? It's pretty cool. Heatwave's gonna last all weekend. Annoyingly, we're having a heat wave, and I really want to like go to the beach or go to a water park or something, but all my friends are busy doing shit. I've got a couple friends on fucking honeymoon, and another friend who's busy, and it's like, god damn it, I want to go to the beach with some people. I've got to show off this Haven body, you know what I'm saying? I'm buff as hell, many of you don't know that. How is Ramsey and Goat? Because it's a great performance. If you disagree, let me know. Let me know how. The Witcher became unwatchable slop even when Henry Cavill was playing Geralt. The best season of The Witcher is season 1, which is still a bad season. Season 1 is tolerable. Season 1 is like a 4 out of 10. Or a 5 out of... Wait, no. If 5 is... People have weird perceptions of rating. 5 is literally mid. It's medium. It's worse than average. Season 1 of The Witcher is like a 4. And then season 2 is like... probably a 3. And then season 3 is probably a 2. I think it just keeps going down. Season 1 was... if you think season 1 is unwatchable, season 2 and 3 are literally... I have read all the books, all the short stories. I've played all 3 games, including the fucking first one, which isn't great. All of them. I had no fucking clue what was happening at Witcher season 3. I was staring at the screen like a comatose, like slack jaw, like what the fuck is going on right now? A high elf would be an elf with a spliff in his mouth. You need to leave. You need to close this live stream and go to bed right now. Another super chat from Pioneer 10. The goat single-handedly funding my Ben & Jerry's addiction. Pioneer says the bummers in Sherma's army could be acquainted to the Mountains Men and Amory Lorch. So kind of who are the bummers? What do you mean the bummers? Come on, man. There's not a group called the Bummers, are there? Did Sherman have his own a band of roving psychos like Tywin does, his mad dogs? Nickname applied to foragers of General Sherman's Union during its march to the sea. Why were they called bummers? Notorious for looting and vandalism. Damn. Sorry for the silence. I'm just reading the wiki page. Yeah. These give off Mountain Men's vibes. Why are they called bummers though? I'm not gonna lie. In the UK at least, A bummer means something else. A bummer is someone who engages in something. The kind of thing that Loras and Renly enjoy. Thought it was about their book appearance, says Lord of the North. No. I've already done I've already done a book appearance live stream, my last one. This is acting. This one's purely acting. Oh yeah, no, book appearance, he looks nothing like Book Ramsay. Which is a shame, because I like Book Ramsay a lot as a villain. Yeah, season 3 is... Ugh. Henry Cavill, imagine snatching Henry Cavill and then he's like... He leaves because of the quality of the scripts. Imagine your lead actor being like, I'd rather leave and keep my integrity than stay and get paid lots of money with bad scripts. Because he loves the source material. And this is what happens when you give an IP to people who don't give a fuck about that IP and don't even want to be writing it and are doing it to go up the fucking ladder onto projects they actually do want to work on in Netflix. In between his flashbacks. The Bumders. Did Tywin occasionally have a beer with his mad dog? I can't imagine Tywin interacting with the mountain. You know what I mean? Because if anyone pisses off the mountain, he just fucking kills them. I can't imagine Tywin in the mountain just talking just seems weird to me. Another Pioneer super chat. Thank you so much, Pioneer 10. If I ever ask George R. Martin a question, it would be about Sherman. Did you come up with the Sherman thing, the comparing time to... Because that's really cool. Don't forget, Fever Dream has a lot of Civil War stuff going on. I haven't read Fever Dream. I would love to. I haven't read any George stuff outside of Ice and Fire, and I probably should. I want to be the first person in the world to actually care about wildcards. You know? I feel like it would be kind of funny to... unironically read through wildcards and do a video about it and be like, no, really. Or imagine being like, I read all of wildcards so you don't have to kind of video. You know what's funny about my my ex's dad? Apparently he hates Game of Thrones, hates Song of Ice and Fire, but he likes George R. R. Martin because he likes wildcards. And I'm like, you have found the only person in the world who likes wildcards but doesn't like A Song of Ice and Fire. What? Mountains Gang is more familiar to the Derlavanga Brigade. Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. The Derlavanga Brigade is... Yeah, the Derlavanga Brigade is basically the Mountains Men and the Bloody Mummers rolled into one and placed in World War II. Derlavanga Brigade is insane. Literally just a band of ex-cons forming an SS troop to commit atrocities in Eastern Europe, led by a fucking insane pedophile. Okay, I think it is time to wrap up, fellas. Unless there's any more interesting stuff to talk about. When Witcher comes out, there'll be Witcher live streams, there'll be Witcher videos, including proper animated stuff to dive into some lore, diversify the content, etc. Elder Scrolls, once I've done Great War, I'm probably going to move on to talking about the Skyrim Civil War. That'll be fun. There's still a Song of Ice and Fire content coming. I'm thinking about doing a book versus show Hound video, Hound comparison, the real Hound. I've already drawn a bunch of the art for it already in preparation. I drew it because I lost interest in the Elder Scrolls video, and I've just been drawing more Song of Ice and Fire stuff. I need to go back to the Elder Scrolls video. Yes, the Derlavanga Brigade are the bad guys in Come and See, which I haven't seen, but I know what it's about. I don't know why I called it Notorious SS Brigade the bad guys. That's lame as hell. Preston Jacobs is convinced that Gurm's 1,000 Worlds is the key to predicting to where... Yeah. Preston Jacobs thinks a lot of things that are constantly proven to not be true, including by George. Like how he said that, what was it, Plato's Republic inspired us on Vice and Fire, and he asked George about it, and George was just like, no. And then he just immediately stopped talking about Plato's Republic. The real Emmon Frey. Emmon Frey's not in the show. How could I do the real Emmon Frey? What would be the most ridiculous book versus show comparison to do for like an April School for an April Fool's video? Like the real what? The real Rorge. No, the real Rorge would kind of go hard because Rorge actually has a bit of a story in the books, and in the show he just does nothing. Lord Haven, 'tis I, your bastard son. The meme doesn't work when your name is a living hoodie. You gotta be like Haven Stone or Haven Rivers or something. The real Balandra. What if I steal your idea, Pioneer, and I do a video about the inspiration behind Tywin, and I talk about Sherman? No, that would be a fire video though, because he has multiple inspirations, including some medieval ones. But I could throw in a little bit of Sherman. That could be cheeky. The real hot pie. Two hours, 40 minutes. Not what I expected when I started this stream. Oh, I literally said at the start this is going to be a short one. Alright. Time for some cold shower, cold ice cream, and practical jokers in my big bed where I sleep alone. Because I'm a lonely YouTuber now. I'm a sad boy. Two big eyes, no mouth. No arms and legs. Just a little Lord Haven chillin'. Okay, Mer, tell this prolific short story writer to create 5 best-selling books and then not finish the last 2.